Much.
I don't understand defenses in our league. Did Kyrie tell you about the trade I tried to do with him? He's like interested though.
All right.
Oh, should I? Yeah.
What's up, guys?
I should have shaved tonight if I knew I was gonna be on the stream.
Welcome to another
Welcome to the mustache.
Friday night.
Oh man, I didn't think I was streaming tonight, so I didn't shave. I didn't do my hair.
That's all right.
I gotta put my hat back on.
They get to see the real you.
It's me without makeup. Just Terry before and after porn.
Oh man. Well, we're just barely getting pairings up, so it should be.
Yeah, I know. Corey's playing against Christian. Christian's on Dead Guy Ale. Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
Is that black and white taxes? Isn't black and white taxes?
Yeah, dead guy.
Well, no, it's just Jonathan Baker's listed as black and white taxes too. Black Red Reanimator versus black and white taxes. I wonder if it's the Eldrazi black and white taxes.
Interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. And Corey on Agrelum.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Going back to his roots.
Sweet. Let's get that timer up. And we'll switch people over. Where do you want to start today?
Just because we know Corey and we know Christian, let's start with them just because we know for sure what they're on. And Black Red Reanimator seems like something that's going to go kind of quickly.
All right.
I'm going to be messing with my getup for like
I could
10
definitely go for that.
Yeah, whatever. That's what I get. I told myself I was going to dress like a bum today because I just plan on playing, but whatever.
It's a nice playmat for Grand Prix Louisville.
Lotus Pedal?
Yeah, the Masterpiece Lotus Pedal.
This is, I think this is the people we don't know about, right?
I think so.
Who's checked the other table?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Corey.
this Corey's already going. Okay. Let's put that one on, and then while you put the names up, I'll try to catch us up.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. So Corey looks like he started off. So that's interesting. So he went Mox Diamond and Windswept Heath, but he didn't have a play. So no Loam, no Bob, no Chalice. Kind of makes me wonder if he just got a really good 3-drop in his hand, or he's got multiple 3-drops, or a Green Sun Zenith, or a Lily. So it's an interesting start. Dead Guy Ale is kind of always an interesting deck. Yeah, Thoughtseize. We're going to get to see why Corey kept his hand, I guess, pretty soon. Yeah, Punter UK. So I was right. So Green Sun's Zenith, Liliana, no land, and Punishing Fire. So that's kind of the only hand I would see them keeping with that turn 2 playing out the Mox Diamond. I think, so here Corey's presenting a hand that can't cast anything. You don't take the Punishing Fire. Liliana is kind of hard to deal with from Christian's angle because other than Council's Judgment and Vindicate. Oh, he's got Vindicate, I think. I think that guy L runs Vindicate. So I think it's one of those things where I think we're going to see him take, okay, Lily. Green Sun Zenith, I guess, is effectively a 4 cost spell, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So,
Loose vowel movement. Thanks for the
that
sub.
surpassed my expectations already.
Glad to have you. Thanks for being a hero.
Okay. Yeah, so Corey's going to get the Dryad Arbor just because he wants mana acceleration.
Yeah, for sure.
So what that kind of tells me is Corey not casting the Green Sun Zenith on turn 1. Originally his plan was, I guess, to wait a draw step to see what he got, and was hoping he would just draw a land for his other Mox Diamond. I said, because if he did it last turn, right, then...
Yeah.
Well, if he did it last turn, Lily gets taken still. The Green Sun's, not in his hand anymore, so it almost kind of got to the same place. Him the Tupac.
That's a good card.
It's a good card, but in this situation, it's not the best because you're going to get Punishing Fire, a dead Mox Diamond,
sure,
and then a new card. So you're going to hope the new card's a good card. It's not. Let's see what he gets here. So he gets a Ramnut Excavator. Okay, that's a pretty good hit.
Kind of surprised Corey didn't play it.
Well, he couldn't. He Green Sunned.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that kind of
You're right, yeah,
it does kind of establish that maybe he could have Green Sun turn 1 though.
for sure.
Yeah, because then he could have. Well, I mean, obviously he drew it off top of his deck, but he's in a better situation. If Christian him to 2 pox, nothing. You know,
Yeah,
a punishing
sure.
fire and a dead Mox Diamond.
What's up, guys? Shout outs to Van Zed, Bato Sai, R. Jorgensen.
Or Jorgensen, or so you can we can choose which one we want to give shouts out to. I'll choose not Jorgensen. Shout out one, okay. Not the best against a deck that runs through Stoneforge Mystic and Bob, but I guess it shuts down swords. Shuts down swords. Shuts down swords. Say that 3 times fast. Shuts down swords. Okay.
Yeah, and if they have like Fatal Push or something like that, it could keep it off of a knight. And,
yeah. So I mean, there's another second Lux Diamond.
Yeah. Not the best.
Wasteland. There's no. Okay, interesting.
Huh.
Christian's got a Jite.
What 4-drops would Christian want to play? Like a
Gideon? Yeah.
That'd be a big reason to keep around that Wasteland.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to see some sort of play here.
Jite.
Which is not great. And also, keep in mind, Corey's going to have mainboard Abrupt Decays.
Of course.
So... Christian basically just got the Jite out of his hand and didn't do anything.
I kind of feel like these Dead Guy Ale decks are kind of in that sort of Stoneblade like style where they fall behind a decent amount. Like you always feel like you're playing a little bit behind.
Yeah, I think the problem with it is the reason why the Stoneblade decks are because they're versatile and they have Ponder and Brainstorm, and I think that's what the Dead Guy Ale deck is missing the most.
Sure.
Let's see, 3 new Death Shadow decks at my Legacy. We haven't made. Well, what deck do you usually play? Before you say you're gonna re-sleep, burn, and degrade yourself, like what decks are in like the loose bowel movement arsenal? You know.
3 new
Scoos. I think Corey just wants Scoos because I think he wants some sort of threat.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I think he feels like if he doesn't do anything, Christian probably it makes all Christians dead. Discard spells live.
Well, it's also a pretty decent clock here.
Toxic Dealers for 2.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting because I'm just gonna be real with you. You've got 2 real nice decks there that are well positioned against the Death Shadow. I think you just got to play those.
Yeah.
Just fetch out your basics and cast your Swords to Plowshares and board another Path to Exile. So
any deck with swords is going to have a decent matchup.
I'll be honest with you. You're going to lose. Like, if Death Shadow gets their nut like turn 3 draw, you're going to lose like with anything, even burn. Oh, yeah. So like you may as well just like play a deck that can beat them when they're playing relatively fair. And I think Miracles and Stoneblade, whatever one you feel more comfortable with, I would just play. I wouldn't even touch burn.
I think in general there's a lot to be said about being comfortable with the deck that you're playing in Legacy. Like you gain a lot more points of like knowing the intricacies of the matchups as opposed to trying to play a new deck all the time.
Yeah. So did Corey get a loam?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So Jite's gonna hit with Shambling Vent, so we're gonna get 2 counters. Or not. Maybe we're gonna have a 5-drop.
Batter Skull Hardcast. Okay. That's a thing. Corey playing off the top. He really needs like either a loam this turn or a knight.
I think he needs more than that, actually.
Just to get things going.
Yeah. I think he needs...
certainly not Windswept Heath.
I mean, his draw kind of got picked apart by the one Thoughtseize, but the thing is, it's just like, his draw's been kind of okay. It just kind of makes you think, like, maybe he should have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively. I don't know. Or Green Sun right away. I don't know. I mean, Corey's going to be a little bit more expert on the deck than I am.
Here's an attack for 6, gain 6 life.
Yeah.
With 2 counters on Jite.
This is almost a state where...
It's pretty close.
Abrupt Decay is not a good draw. Lily on the Veil's an okay draw. Knight's probably too slow. How's he getting back?
The life gain from Christian allows him to rebuy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have life gain.
Okay, that's funny. I was thinking about that.
shouldn't be too relevant, although it does give you the out of drawing into well, never mind, GTA is equipped, so can't like draw another punishing fire.
I mean, he's just drawing all of his lands.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the problems with this aggro loam deck is you can just get these draws where you're trying to play off the top of your deck, and
well, you need your engine.
Yeah.
Without Bobs, without without life from the loam, then you're just kind of I mean, not to be like rudimentary or unfair to the deck, but like losing to a hard cast Batterskull and a Shambling Vent, I mean, generally means you had plenty of time for some action.
Oh yeah, it's
and
just
Corey was never able to present anything.
Kind of surprised here not to see Christian pump on the Batterskull.
Well, I think he's gonna,
So Corey is gonna be able to clear this
Shambling Vent. Yeah.
Shambling Vent, but
I was actually more curious that Christian didn't move the JT to the Shambling Vent.
Sure.
Because he kind of saw that happening. Because then he's gonna gain a life. Corey will buy it back, and then he'll hit it again.
Yeah.
But then again, next turn,
Christian might just say, "Yeah, it doesn't really matter." Like,
probably doesn't. No. I guess there is something to be said about ripping a Liliana the Veil now, though, because now it does.
Sure. Yeah.
Clear,
it does a bit
effectively
more.
Clear the board. That was a heads-up play by Corey, but I mean, him capitalizing is going to be the.
Yeah, he needs something this turn. Like Liliana into something, maybe.
Yeah. You can't put much. It's the equipped creature.
Yeah.
That's why in my play that you would have had it equipped to it, so it could have pumped it in response, and then you just.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. Maybe Christian wanted to keep open the mana, but he's got so much mana. It's.
Yeah, I guess he could return Batterskull. Looks like he's got.
Yeah, he's got 3 open.
But I mean, in that scenario, you don't lose the Shambling Vent anyway. So like having to return the Batterskull's
sure, yeah,
less
relevant.
Because the only thing that can really stop it is Abrupt Decay at this point, right?
Yeah, Abrupt Decay. That's about it.
Yes, that's why I like it.
So.
It is a poor draw from Corey. Yeah. I think he, had a good start with Mox Diamonds, potentially a good quick turn 3 play, and just never was able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, that'll happen. And our other match is sideboarding as well. So we get to watch some shuffle cams.
Yeah, sure. So, Black Red Reanimator versus Taxes. So, assuming I went slow, that means probably Reanimator.
Looks like Taxes. Hard to say, life total wise.
29 to 10.
29 to 10.
In all honesty, that means Gristlebrand paid 7. So 3 fetches, paid 7, attacked. I doubt he's at 29.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
But so what cards do you think Corey's siding in here? Probably like some do you think it's similar enough to the way that you sideboard against like Death and Taxes, or do you think
no, because like it's so your removal's really good still because Bob's and Stoneforges.
Yeah,
I mean it's just a Bob Stoneforge kind of deck. I don't think it runs Thalia even. It runs Thoughtseize and stuff. I mean, I think the one thing that maybe Corey will maybe do is board in a few Planeswalkers maybe. Just because Christian has a hard time, he only has Council's Judgment.
Sure, yeah.
But even then, like it's not necessarily. I think Corey's got enough stuff equipped in the main board.
You can easily take out Teague. That's a easy one to do. You can probably also take out Caracas or something like that, or
yeah, sure.
And maybe like bring in, like you were saying, a couple Planeswalkers and just kind of run it back.
Yeah. I mean, cards like Scoos are still good because Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of dead stuff. Maybe he's got like a Croson Grip or something. I don't know, to stop like a Batterskull.
Looks like these guys are a little closer to starting. We'll keep it here for a second.
Let's see who goes first. Well, I guess we'll determine who won the last match.
Definitely.
Where's a mulligan? With how quickly he mulligan makes me think he kind of lost game one.
Could be. Reanimator does mull pretty aggressively, though.
Yeah, but still, like, usually I wait for my opponent to tell me. But maybe he did. We can't hear the language. We're just like guessing at this point. Yeah, I'm assuming this is just death and taxes. I know he's mulling too. So,
Okay.
Based off of proper mulligan etiquette, I would say that the taxes won game one.
Yeah.
Because he mulled second. But I think in a bubble, right? I think death and taxes this is a relatively okay matchup or good matchup for death and taxes with Dahlia.
Yeah, it should be okay, especially post board. They get to bring in some graveyard hate.
Yeah, you get rest in peace and probably surgical too.
Yeah. Thalia does a decent job.
Yeah, I would say if you stick in early Thalia, it seems like this deck has a problem. Sanctum Prelate probably is really good. Sanctum Prelate on
Prelate on 2 is decent. Shuts off Exhume, or on 1 for Animate.
I was gonna say maybe you do reanimate. 1 for like for Faithless Looting and all the Reanimate and Entomb, and then you board in like Disenchant Hate, and that way you just like your Disenchants like break the
for sure.
They have Containment Priest too. They have access to the White Hate Bears. So.
Yeah, and they could get like Palace Jailer or something like that. And I don't know how relevant that is these days, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Karak, keep in mind there's like 3 Karakuses in the deck, so like a lot of times they have to go get like Tauspite Tyrant or or the Angel or Iona.
Although if Coleman's running the build that has Sire, if he goes turn 1 Sire on the play, it could just be game.
I don't think he has Sire. I played him Tuesday. It's.
Well, it looks like these guys have started up sooner, so we'll keep you over here.
So Green Sun Zenith for Dread Arbor.
Yep.
Still sets up for a good turn 3 play.
Check real quick. Let's see who ended up winning that first game. So I think if you're Christian, you just want basically the same disruption you had to start off. So like, here comes turn 1 Mother of Runes, which is not quite as strong as it would be in some other matchups, I think.
Yeah, it's still good though. I mean, it's. I mean, if you have a lot of mana and Punishing Fire, obviously Mother Runes won't do anything.
Yeah.
But early on, it may give Christian enough protection for some of his plays, like with Stoneforge and stuff, where he may be able to push threats and stuff like that.
Sure.
So maybe he'll do enough. So here's a Badland. So it's red and black. So it's either going to be Liliana or we're going to see a red card play here.
Yeah, I could definitely see. It looks like just a knight, and that's a fine turn 2 play.
Yeah, with Christian's mana base, I mean, if he's leaning on Scrublands, you could always just waste him, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not, because it's Swamp. It's 2-color deck, so Spyglass naming Knight's pretty good.
Wow. We'll get to look at Corey's hand here and see what's up.
He's got Rex Sage though, so he's got Rex Sage. He's got a land, Green Sun Zenith, and is that Scavenging Ooze? So yeah, that Spyglass isn't going to do a lot.
Yeah, he does have the answer there with Rex Sage.
I don't know what he named. I mean, look, he tried to note it for it, but I can only assume he named either Reliquary. Yeah,
I imagine that it's Knight. I'd be shocked if it was something else.
Is that Horizon Canopy?
I didn't see. Spyglass, other runes.
What other creatures does he want to get with Green Sun Zenith other than just Knight? Probably none, right? He's got the Scoos.
He's got the Ooze and he's got the Rex Sage. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And you get more Knights.
So probably just Knight.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's what we see here. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sakori is prioritizing.
That makes sense. Keeps your Knight active. You might even be able to use it. That's a.
I think it's right over.
Yeah. I think he might be a little scared of like Deluge that he saw the previous turn, so he might just be.
It's fine. Just using it now. I mean, it's probably the weakest of lands. He doesn't have a Mox Diamond out, so he needs his colors. He's like thinking about getting the Grove, I guess. Wasteland's not
It's
bad.
Wasteland.
It's going to set him back, you know.
I like that. Grows your knight. Keeps him off of white mana currently.
Yeah, and then next turn he's going to be able to play a second knight. So
Keeps him off of Deluge for a turn as well.
yeah. There's a fetch. So here's where we're going to see planes, because Arid Mace is going to get him the planes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. So Stoneforge maybe? Can we shortcut this or no? Probably not.
No
so.
shortcuts here.
Oh, we shortcutted it. We should have shortcutted it. It's an ugly Stoneforge Mystic.
Hey, Veritable CVN, how you doing today?
God, what an ugly Stoneforge Mystic.
I actually don't mind the art on that one. I prefer the originals, but...
No, that's just gross.
Oh, I think it's alright.
It's terrible looking. Feast and Famine. I love
Okay.
that. I love that card. I don't
That's
know
a
how
card.
good. I don't know how good it is here though. I guess
Maybe he has Batterskull in hand.
yeah. I would get Batterskull first in this situation, but the Feast and Famine is gonna be good later on because the Knights. I think it'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to
He
say
needs a
he's got Batterskull
He needs a
in hand.
threat. Zero taste commentary. Yeah. You know, like an OG
Getting
Stoneforge
called
Mystic
out.
looks like. Yeah, I don't know. OG cards are always better. The original things you can't argue.
Don't get me wrong.
I almost
do like
got
the OG art.
Stoneforge Mysticos, and while I was in Richmond, I didn't.
That's too bad.
They were nice too.
Do you run Stoneblade in Richmond?
Yeah.
Is that what you settled on?
I played USA Delver. Doing all right. There was a flash flood in town. It hit my. Oh wow.
Wow. Total loss.
That's terrible.
Man.
Hopefully they have insurance.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially stores like that. Oh, dude, I wouldn't be caught dead with cards like Mother of Runes in my deck. So first of all, that's not even true. If I receive actually that's not true. I can play a deck with Mother of Runes. It's one of my favorite decks of all time, but not anymore. Well, that's a bummer. Is it in Kansas or Pennsylvania?
Kansas, yeah.
They did not have flood insurance. That's really sad.
Wow. That's rough.
It is.
Flavor win on the old Frumpy Mom.
There's only one deck I ever play. Well, when I play Maverick, I like Maverick too. So there's two decks that I'll play Mom in actually.
There you
Mom's
go.
actually Mom's one of those cards where like it's funny, like people who like probably are outside Legacy players probably look at Mother Runes and being like, this card's like not insane, but like Mother Runes is like pretty insane. Like there's certain decks like Grixis Control or Delver decks where they untap with like Mom, and it's just like the whole dynamic of the game changes. Because like you just shuts off all the removal. It just blanks so many cards.
Yeah, Mother of Rune's surprisingly good for
Yeah,
a
it'd
1/1.
be interesting to think like when they printed that card, what they felt like the power level of that card was to what it's
Yeah, what it is now. So activate Knight, sacrifice Savannah.
If it's absolutely true, I forced a will play in Mother of Runes. Like you can't like screw around with that card.
Yeah.
Like if you like let it resolve in certain matchups, you just lose.
Oh yeah,
So,
especially if you have like a removal heavy hand.
Yeah. Well, even now, Mom's protecting the Stoneforge, the kind of we talked about, where it's like it's gonna allow you to cheat out your Batterskull.
Gives
for
you
sure.
time.
I like Mazavith here.
Yeah,
a
Maze is
lot
great.
actually. Christian's a wasteland deck, but with Life from the Loam, it's going to present an issue later on. But like Christian's threats are like very narrow, where it's just like you're probably just trying to Voltron something and trying to attack. And that being said, Mazavith like stops you Voltroning something.
Yep.
This kind of becomes painfully clear that when the Stoneblade Shell, that the really Stoneblade Shell, it's vital to play the card True Name Nemesis in. I just feel like that not that having protection and stuff like that. Now that being said, it's obviously played in Death and Taxes and Maverick, but like Christian's deck is more like the Stoneblade decks when they're kind of like playing Thoughtseize and Disruption, and a lot less like Death and Taxes and Maverick.
Sure.
So
Corey's got some interesting choices here.
well, yeah, its threats aren't. I mean, the thing is like it's splashing black for Bob and for Lingering Souls and removal. He's got Bob, right?
I would assume so. Interesting. Corey opted not to play anything there. We know he's got lots of cards that are pretty castable. Here comes a Rest in Peace.
Yeah, he's got Abrupt Decay. So the question here is though he doesn't have green. He's got Badlands. He's got Scrublands.
Well, he can easily trade in that.
Yeah, I know who you are. What do you mean? This is Nate. By the way, I asked him at the tournament. Okay, so if he doesn't have Bobs, yeah, Gurmag would be fine. But like,
sure.
He has Rest in Peace though. That doesn't work well with Gurmag, so I guess that cuts off that line.
Yeah. Yeah, Gurmag would be an interesting one. So here we see float black, grab a Grove, add green, and probably decay the
Rest in Peace.
Rest
sure.
in Peace.
He's not going to lose too much. He's going to lose the Punishing Fire.
He actually gets to return it.
That's good, actually. That's a way better play than... I totally forgot about that. Just get that back, because he's not going to lose anything. He's going to lose a Wasteland and some utility stuff.
That's fine.
So does he not play Lingering Souls if he plays Rest? He probably plays both. Yeah, he probably plays both. Maybe, I don't know. I know in Esper Blade, I run 3 Surgicals because I have Snapcasters and Lingering Souls. So... Huh.
Kind of a weird board stall here. Worth noting that Knight isn't able to activate currently.
Yeah. He's got Dried Arbor in hand, though.
Sure.
In the end, I think he's going to find lands to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Taking a turn off from Knighting is not the worst thing in the world. It looks like he's not even going to do that.
Or he probably wants to wait anyways until that Rest in Peace is out of...
For sure.
Out of play.
I'm assuming we'll see an Abrupt Decay before the end of the turn. There's no doubt about that.
Kind of tough. Corey had the option of playing out like a Liliana last turn.
Which one?
Last Hope. And that could like put Christian in a position where he has to like activate Mom in weird times and could get got by future like Punishing Fires and things like that.
Yeah, could have. But I mean, Christian's not really advancing the state here. Like, yeah, he's got a Battle Skull and Mom and a Stoneforge.
It's definitely kind of at a...
He's got that sort of Feast and Famine, though.
He does. Here comes
he's got the great card to him to Tupac. Yeah, he's got to Abrupt Decay. It's going to be silly if he doesn't. One of my favorite interactions in Magic, the Abrupt Decay will get removed and the Rest in Peace won't. No, the Rest in Peace will see itself removed and it won't see the Abrupt Decay. The other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So silly. Oh no, whatever. Yeah.
And here comes him.
Again, it's not the best against this deck, but Corey's got a lot of good stuff. He's got Scavenging Ooze.
He's got a lot of cards in hand, though, so, you know, chances are...
I think Corey's happy if he hits the Punishing Fire, and he's sad if he hits the other Green Sun / Knight.
Sure.
Here, let's see here. Okay, he got Liliana and Ooze. Ooze not as bad. Liliana seems like would have.
I think that's okay though because Corey's pretty light on black sources in his deck, and he's already run through Scrubland. So
yeah, he's got a Knight right now though.
Yeah,
you get the Bayou or whatever. I'm gonna see a Source of Plowshares. He's got a Life from one too.
Yep. So here comes his Swords on Knight in response to the activation.
Interesting. Yeah, there goes.
That gives Christian.
But he's doing it at the end of his own. No, he's doing it at the end of his own turn though, so he's not going to really capitalize off of it per se.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like I think Corey's just going to fetch and get another land.
Yeah.
Just to build up his second Knight.
Well, he also has Loam, so he can get Loam going if he wants to. But I agree, second Knight is what you want to be doing.
Yeah, let's get the Bayou.
Currently missing a white source to play a knight.
Yeah, he's got Green Sun though.
True.
Okay. Yeah, kind of an awkward board state still, but he's got the knight in hand. You're right. He's got both, maybe.
I think he's got both. Drew Liliana?
Did he not? Maybe he didn't have access to.
Interesting. Okay. Play Liliana.
Good, Paul. Good to know that somebody watches us on YouTube. That's where Paul.
How's it going, Paul?
That's where Paul and his wife get all their news. Is YouTube. I mean, I was like talking about lands on a forum, and like I don't even know if most people know who Paul is. I basically was saying like two decks I feel like are boring and dumb, and I brought up lands, and one of the comments I made was, and I love Paul too, and I'm pretty sure they have no idea who Paul is. They're probably like, who's Paul? Why does this guy love him? So okay, so he had the fetch, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. So what did we see here? He cast Loam, so he's got the engine going a little bit. And, okay. Most people don't know me. But yeah, I think, I mean, it's such a stalled out board state. But,
for sure. Like, it's just going to be kind of a staring match until one side's able to break through. And it looks like Corey has the cards he needs to break through. It's just a matter of whether Christian's able to present a clock to get.
What did Christian? Oh, so he sacrificed. I was gonna say, what did he sacrifice? And we're kind of like still.
Yeah. So sacrifice Stoneforge.
So yeah, so Maze will deal with. So Maze is gonna deal with the Batter Skull. So Wasteland's gonna be a good draw here if he can draw Wasteland. Sort of Feast and Famine. Oh, Lingering Souls. Okay, I'm a fan of this card. Lingering Souls a turn too late would have helped really against that. It really didn't matter actually. But Lingering Souls is going to be good. Presenting 4 of those tokens is going to look real good.
Sure. Yeah.
Punishing Fire is just going to be too slow to save the Liliana. Maybe. No, it may not be. Because Taiga, Badlands, buy it back. Yeah, he'll be able to save it. So.
Just barely. Yeah.
He's got lands and he's got the Loam. I mean, it sounds kind of weird. But, like, this kind of speaks to the problem with Dead Guy Ale. It's just, like, I think this is the best Christian has to offer. Is Maw, Batterskull, and 2 Lingering Souls. And I think Corey's, like, slowly building up his fortress. And I think we're going to see him be able to stonewall Christian. And just, his cards are going to just overpower him eventually.
Yeah, you have 2 grindy decks. And Corey's deck goes way over the top in the late game.
Yeah. And to say it, I don't even think Dead Guy Ale really goes under Corey's deck per se.
Mm-hmm.
Any miracles?
Probably.
I don't know. Josh
not.
He's playing modern, so
okay.
maybe not. I don't know.
Could be.
Not a bad thing if we don't say any miracles though.
You know, we had a ton of combo last Friday, like more than normal.
Oh really? That's good. I like when there's combo. It's good for me. So yeah, okay. So I mean, we're gonna beat a horse to death, but from here, like, what are their objectives? So Christian's got the Sword of Feast and Famine, I think, still, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't solve Mazavith. So really, what does Christian need here? So he needs a Wasteland to stop Mazavith, but with Loam active, it's recurring. He's already lost a Rest in Peace. We know he runs Surgical and Leyline in the Void. At this point, I think he needs to find a Leyline in the Void.
Leyline would be a start.
He needs to find some sort of graveyard interaction to stop Punishing Fire, and he needs to stop the Loam. Like, right now, I think he's okay with a stalled, board state. Sofaf and Dead. Well, Maze Abyss is going to stop Sofaf and Dead.
Yeah. Sword would at least allow something else to attack in, like possibly the Batterskull.
He could angle it, right? Like, he could throw some angles in there where he puts the Sofaf on a Spirit token and attacks the Batterskull.
Exactly.
I think that's his best play, probably. Why isn't he doing it? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He might just be waiting on one more land, trying to get it in play and activate.
Well, he's got Stoneforge now.
Yeah.
And Corey's is got to be careful here, because if he goes too slow, this could be kind of dangerous. He's at 18 though.
Yeah, I don't think that Corey's in any large amount of trouble here.
I don't think he is either, but it's just so he's going to use his batter skull. Well, you know, with Mom, like I said, talking about how annoying Mom is, right? Part of me almost thinks you just take a turn off and just kill his mom right now.
Yeah, I'd think that's
what I would do. Let's take a hit. Let's take a turn off. Kill Mom. This Liliana's really going to do nothing now because there's a bunch of spirits on the board and a bunch of weirdo things. So yeah, I think we'd take a turn off, and I think we kill Mom. That's what I would do.
Yeah. So Loam's back, Dryad Arbor, Baron Moor, and Fetch Land. Upticks Lily. Discards Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, okay.
And that got rid of the sword out of Christian's hand.
That's good. Yeah. I wonder what else. Does he have no hand?
I think he's hellbent.
I think he could have prioritized that card a little bit more. I think he's thinking of Punishing Fire being a red maybe, but
sure.
If you can put Sofaf on Batterskull and it's a 6/6, there's not a lot you can do with it. You know, you can Punishing Fire it 3 times.
Yeah, you'd want like a really opportune Wasteland as well for Maze. Just try to get your damage in ticks.
Okay, here we go.
Here comes Knight. I think this is fine. Like, you get to do it basically end of turn. You can hit Mom for Punishing Fire.
Yeah, sure.
And still hold up in Mace.
You just don't get to protect it through Surgical.
Sure. But with Christian Hellbent, like...
Sure, I don't know.
He's got 1 card.
Yeah, at this point he's gonna attack. I mean, you just attack with all the spirits
you just
into
send everything and probably send the Stoneforge as well.
No, I think you send the spirits into Liliana. Well, because you have Mom to protect them, I guess. I mean, is Mom gonna protect herself? She's not really doing anything.
If you're Christian, you need to force the action here somehow.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so if it's I don't know. I mean, again, like Liliana's not gonna really do anything, so
it's a Lingering Souls.
More Lingering Souls.
Okay, that's a card. I mean, they're gonna get chewed up eventually by this Punishing Fire, but
yeah, they need to be holding something. He needs like an land to put Batterskull on one. He needs to have like a little bit of action. I think he's not gonna get the opportunity to.
Sure.
I think this is the turn we're gonna see. Corey's got Green Sun Zenith. Too many can Green Sun Zenith for that stupid black horse. Plegmire or whatever. That'd be insane right now.
That'd be wild.
So he's getting the Wasteland. He's getting his Cycle Lands.
And a fetch again. And Corey's got pretty much everything he needs right here.
He does, yeah. I mean, there's just an angular problem of there's a lot of tokens on the board, and there's a Mother Runes, right? Like, if he can remove the Mother Runes from the equation. I mean, you know what? And then a Batterskull on one of these tokens, like, it's like... I'll tell you one thing. If he had that sword, like, or if he got Jitte instead and played with the Jitte, I think Corey would have a real problem with one of these tokens in the air with the Jitte and the Batterskull.
I agree.
You know how I kind of talked about, like, this deck's going to win by Voltroning, like, a guy? And, like, just, like, going to town. Like, we're kind of... So, Christian lost Jitte and Sofaf.
Right,
so,
now he's trying to go wide, and it's just not really effective.
Yeah. I mean, he's just got to start turning sideways.
All right, so here comes a him.
It's going to be good. It's going to hit the Green Sun Zenith. I mean, probably a card that Corey wishes that he would have.
Yeah.
I guess he could have got back Punishing Fire and just tried.
Sure. I think it's just better to hold open multiple activations of Punishing Fire this turn, though. So now Christian could try to clear the Liliana.
I think if we look at this from Corey's angle, the only thing I think he wants to do here is Mazavith, the Batterskull,
Sure.
Kill the Mother of Runes, and then legitimately just
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
he does clear the Liliana. Here comes fire.
Yeah. Okay,
and,
so now we're on this line, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna buy it, pay it back, and bonk it again.
Yep.
And now the game's just gonna slowly grind out.
Yeah, this game should.
Gosh, they're gonna have. I think our clock's a little bit off. I hope it's a little bit off.
Yeah, it's probably a couple minutes late,
Okay.
but not terribly far off.
Huh. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, knock him down.
This is
Play
pretty
another
much.
night.
What are Christian's
draw.
outs? I don't know. Some sort of like
Deluge.
Gideon emblem.
Deluge should be a start.
If he played like Glorious Anthem, he's not. Deluge isn't going to be a help because he's going to kill all of his threats.
Yeah, but you can rebuy the Dire Skull.
Yeah, it's too slow though.
Yeah.
Corey's just going to kill the Basilisk with punching
Fire, you're right.
My line of him drawing an anthem, I think was
Drawing an anthem, yeah.
Drawing anthem into anthem into anthem.
Yeah, Gideon emblem.
Gideon emblem into Gideon emblem.
Okay.
But I think we're getting too late for that. Yeah, seriously, I think Gideon emblem would probably do it. Like, I think if he drew Gideon emblem... I mean, he can block for days.
He definitely can. Punching Fire is going to start mowing down these tokens anyway, so no harm in blocking.
Interesting.
I think Knight's at least an 8/8 here.
It just doesn't matter.
Kill that Mother of Runes.
If you're a Christian in this, would you scoop?
I think I would. Unless there's a card in Christian's deck that I don't know about that he's trying to play towards.
I mean, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, double anthem.
Yeah.
Like, if he goes Gideon into Gideon. Like, he's got to draw Gideon, I think, this turn. Because Corey's can Punishing Fire one of them. So, and then he's going to attack for 6. Put him to 10. Still just doesn't. It still won't matter. He needed to Anthem the turn before.
Yep.
And then Anthem again this turn. And if he did, then I think he'd win. But I think at this point it's too late.
Akalepity, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, it's always tough with grinding matchups. I know people don't. I know people are opposed to scooping and things like that. But like, if you're Christian, you're gonna obviously lose game 2 here.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, do you want to get a shot at winning game 3?
Yeah, I would definitely scoop. But again, like I said, I'm not sure what
his outs
what the
are.
go is. Like,
I just don't think what other outs he possibly could have. Like,
yeah.
Cataclysm, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if that's that.
I don't even think that does it.
Yeah. I mean, it may spin the game into like a.
Like, Corey'd get to keep a Knight, and it kind of shuts off Punishing Fire.
Yeah. I think Bryce. I heard Bryce say there's 10 minutes in the round, so that's
10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
We can fix that.
As you see Corey shuffle and play at a little bit quicker pace.
Voila. All right, so looks like they got a little bit more time to work with, which is good for them.
Yeah, it's good for them. I like this. I'm not a fan of draws. I come from America, even though I love soccer. It's my favorite sport, and we don't like draws. We'd rather just die. So, yeah. I mean, there's just no. This is it. I mean, there's nothing more to be said. Like, there's no way he can come back now. At this point,
there's 2
Anthem's
nights
not
in
doing
play.
anything.
Like, yeah,
he does, but he I don't know if he does. Maybe he does have a surgical, but
all right, if he does, I mean, Corey's done a decent job of playing.
At this point, though, Punishing Fire's done its job, and now Knight's going to just take over and kill him.
Yeah, these Knights are huge. He's coming in for a lot. Let's see. That's 2, 4, 5. So 7 knights.
Yeah, and Corey's gonna
14
concede,
damage.
letting Christian gain 4, and
Oh yeah, 14 damage beats a 4/4 life linker pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah,
And like Christian's not even gaining life here because he's still got maze open, so he's able to maze the token.
yeah. He's just super dead. Council's Judgment? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna Council's Judgment, yeah.
sure.
Knight, so we're gonna remove a knight.
Yep. I'd imagine they'll both vote for the same knight.
You know, when I originally read Council's Judgment, I thought it said that like you could like you voted second, so it's just like
That'd be wild.
it's just a
Can
2
you
for
imagine?
1. I was like, why are people just play this card? Like this card's bananas.
That would be ridiculous.
Because it's double wide, maybe that's why it's not that good. Yeah, now we're just going through the motions. This knight's going to attack.
Oh yeah. You're gonna double punishing fire the token, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Attack with the knight.
Attack and Rex Age.
Yep.
He could have just Lily on it too. Where's attack? Come on, Corey. We're going to attack no matter what anyways.
In with just the knight. Interesting.
I don't know if we are. I think Stockton's
In
playing...
with both.
Stockton's playing Modern tonight, so that means there's probably not. So... I don't know if we have any Death Shadows. We could. I don't know. We usually have been having at least one, because Stockton.
Yeah, it's been around 1 to 2.
Yeah, I've been playing it a little bit too. I played it a few weeks ago.
All right, looks like Corey finally takes that game.
It's going to be it's tough for him to win a game 3 in time.
It is.
It didn't matter. I think just... Yeah, that was an interesting... I think we lost about... I don't know, like... I think he could have... There's not much really Christian could have done. The Rest in Peace was good, but...
Sure, yeah.
If he had Surgical earlier, or if he had like a Gideon earlier, it would have been interesting to see it, but...
I think it might have actually come down to that sort of Feast and Famine. Like, if he gets
Yeah.
that sword into play, it might actually change kind of the texture of the game.
I wasn't like really reading it that much, but he lost Jitan, sort of Feast and Famine.
Yeah.
And what would have been interesting to know is could he have potentially like got him into play sooner?
Sure.
And like maybe he's afraid of Abrupt Decay or something, or like, but like I don't know. Him losing him to Liliana wasn't great.
Yeah. Game Goblins, thanks for the
What's
follow.
my thoughts on Shadow? I think it's a really good deck. I think it's the most explosive Delver deck. I don't think it's the best Delver deck, but you know,
What do you think is the best Delver deck?
I don't know. But I'd have to get into it more. I think that show is definitely good. It's just really explosive.
Sure.
Its explosiveness is what makes it powerful. You know, it can do the very early turns with dazes and being able to force a will and stuff like that, and then Wasteland, and then being able to present a 3/4 Swamp Walker or a 5/5 or a 7/7.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really good in turns 1 through 3. And like, I feel like it's usually those first 4 turns where you're winning the game just based off of pressure or making your opponent stumble. So I think the deck, like, yeah, if it does that, it's going to do really well. And there's kind of like a joke I was kind of saying with my friends, is a lot of times the deck can just have these banana, 1 through 3 turn hands to the point where it's almost just like, not many decks are going to beat it anyways.
Sure.
So it's just like, but at the same time, like, if you don't have those hands and you're a little bit slower, like, kind of like any Delver deck, like, removal that affects you starts to wear on you. Your threat count's kind of low. Like, your angular problems may not present as well against a deck like Miracles, where a 3/4 Swamp Walker doesn't do anything. So, like, the deck's, like, really good, for sure. But, I don't think it definitely doesn't have the Throne of Legacy. I think it's one of those things where I think it's a really playable deck. I think it's good. I would place it. It's probably it's either, I think it's the second best Delver deck. I think the best Delver deck probably is, I don't know. It really probably is Death Shadow in all honesty. But like a lot of people are saying Grixis Delver is the best Delver deck, but you know.
All right. Yeah.
True Name's still a card. People like True Name and Gurmag are still really good. As much as Death
really
Shadow
are.
and Gurmag are really good, people forget that True Name is just a monster. Yeah, I must have.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. They might have just said, "Well, there's no way that we're going to."
Yeah, that's disappointing. I'm disappointed.
So that'll do it for round 1.
Well, we deal with disappointment. I can use the restroom.
All right.
I'm just disappointed. I'm going to express my disappointment.
So we should have just a couple minutes to wait until the round's over, and then pairings will get posted, etc., etc. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. We're glad to have all of you with us. The only duels you own are 2Cs, so you've considered throwing it together. Yeah, I think it's a perfectly fine deck to throw together. There's a lot of other money cards that you have to get besides 2 Underground, but if you have 2 Underground, that's a great start. And if you play Modern already, you might have a decent amount of the cards. I do that right. Cool. So how's everyone doing today?
Huh. Yeah. Sounds like I just didn't want to start.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's very unlikely that that game's going to finish, but you never know.
Yeah, if you have if the only duels you own, like, you play Death Shadow, like, deck's fine.
Yeah.
Deck's good. For some reason,
A bit more late game play to it.
yeah, it's more stable.
Yeah,
That's it.
just being able to have that extra out if the game doesn't go according to plan in the beginning. But
I'm working on a bug Dark Depths deck.
nice.
I mean, Dark Depths can't. I mean,
I think it's probably all right. Like
Turbo Depths
What-
with blue. Like for
what kind
Brainstorm.
what kind of blue cards are you adding in?
I'm assuming Brainstorm, Ponder.
Leovold's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, even if they kill your Dark Depths, you get to draw a card.
Yeah, I don't think. Wouldn't you rather just play Pitting Needle so they don't kill your Dark Depths?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Sylvan Safekeeper.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think the blues for cantrips.
Yeah.
Like Preordains and Ponders and Brainstorms.
Yeah, so you'd be a lot slower with it, but a lot more consistent. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, you could have it almost as like a backup plan for
Yeah. 2 J's.
Leo, 2G. Okay.
Rotation you run. I mean, now it's kind of weird because you get this, Belt
Right.
Restricts and Snapcaster and Jason, like Ponder and Brainstorms. Like the cards come in like 2 of to 4 ofs.
Sure.
So like
yeah.
your deck's like getting like filled up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it could wreak havoc on the mana base, right? Having
Yeah.
that many colorless or non-mana producing lands.
Especially because I think the Turbo Depths deck have to run the Pithing Needle stuff just to play. I mean, they made more Pithing Needles for Wasteland.
They don't have to run as many if they're not as set up, like not as dedicated on it. Like
Yeah.
so, they could probably get away without running the Pithing Needles at least main board. They probably want to have some amount at least sideboard just
Yeah.
in case.
I don't know. It seems like there's a lot going on.
1-1. I think it'd be interesting to see like if you could run like a Living Wish package or something like that, and that might give you more access to the combo without having to.
Yeah, I mean, you
Have
could
your
run
mana
like
base be as
a
crazy.
Leopold on the board and like stuff
Yeah.
like that, like utility creatures.
Something.
Yeah. It just, yeah, it seems like this is a lot. I mean, if you get them, you get them.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of those cards are good cards. I mean, you may just.
I mean, yeah. I think the biggest question you have to ask is it better than what's currently available? Like if you were just playing like a bug mid range or a bug control.
Yeah, I think that's
type thing.
I think that becomes the issue. Is it seems like that you're a bug mid range deck that's just playing the Dark Depths combo for crop rotation.
Sure.
And like I think you're gonna get kind of clunky draws where
Right.
you know.
Yeah, crop rotation in general is really hit or miss. It could be amazing, or you could just be 2-for-1ing yourself. Or worse. You know, like if you crop rotate into a Dark Depths and then they have something to kill
because the Hex Mage plays like really good too.
Sure, yeah. Been pretty impressed with Hex Mage, just the number of things that it messes with, like being able to get counters off of like a Chalice of the Void, being able to kill your opponent's Jaces and stuff like that. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Generally though, if my opponent's using their Hex Mage to kill like my Jace, I'm okay with it.
Sure, yeah.
That's fine. It's interesting. I don't know. Like you test it. Like so, I played Caleb, whatever his name is, in his stupid Bug Battle Wiz deck with my Death Shadow deck online, and so I beat him 2-1. And the game that he beat me, he just like had the perfect like curve out of like a bug deck. Yeah. And so like sometimes you drew your Fatal Push, your Abrupt Decay, a Leovold, and a Liliana the Last Hope, and my Death Shadow draw was like really medium.
Yeah.
And then like
that's gonna happen sometimes. Yeah.
You're running 3 life for them, Loam. What?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you should be playing Agrolum now.
Like I feel like 3 Loam is way too much for a non-dedicated strategy.
Well, Agrolum runs 2.
Yeah.
Lands runs 4. All the decks that run it for a Wasteland tech run 1.
I could see you running 1 as like a value.
Yeah, I think you'd run 1 or 2 at most. I mean, 2's good because if you have like the Mox Diamond package.
Sure.
Maybe you want to make this deck into like Bug Agrolum. What do you? Yeah, I mean, you lose out on Punishing Fire, but instead you gain like Leovold and you gain. I don't know. That's the direction I would take with the deck.
You wouldn't have Knight though unless you run White as well. So like, you know, at that point you're basically playing like Maverick with the
Mox
blue
Diamonds.
splash.
Yeah, that's a tough. That's a tough one. See, I feel like there's a lot going on. I feel like you gotta cut down on one strategy.
Sure. All right. Looks like we got pairings up.
So we got Ethan versus Todd. So Manaless Dredge versus Sneak and Show, and we got Kyra on Nix Fit versus.
Kyra's on Nix Fit.
Yeah. Is it Nick Fit or Nix Fit or Nixie Fit or Fit Nix or Fitness or Cookie Fit? I don't know. I need like Jorgensen here to explain.
Like 8 Rector.
Or Hackbird to explain like how this crap works.
That's weird because I saw him putting together Grixis Tezzeret. So I don't know. Kind of shocked to see him on Nix Fit.
You can watch him play Nix Fit versus Blue Red Delver. Manaless Dredge is Manaless Dredge. We don't know when you can watch Manaless Dredge.
Manaless Dredge versus Sneak and Show is going to be a very non-interactive match.
Yeah, not really. One of them is going to hope they draw freaking Ancient Tomb. I don't know. I hate Nick Fit. I think it's a dumb concept. I had a buddy get back to the Magic and he wanted to play Nick Fit. And you know what? By the second time he went to a competitive tournament, he was off Nick Fit. So respect to him for discovering the error of our ways. His ways, not our ways.
I think...
Is this the one that runs Rectors?
Yeah.
Like
it should be like...
The problem with Academy Rector and Arena Rector is like the card Surgical Extraction exists.
Sure. And a lot more people are running cards like Leyline as well for their hate now.
It's a bad time to be fitting.
I mean, it's good that Deathrite isn't a card anymore because that just shut things down, right? So we got people sitting down and we'll get things underway.
Blue Red Delver. His price of progresses are going to be kind of okay, right? Because he's going to get basics.
Yeah. So price.
Blue Red Delver runs basics too.
They do, yeah. They both run basics.
How much mana is Fire Blast? Is it 6 or 5?
6.
We're gonna see a hard casted Fire Blast.
We might. You
missed Dead Guy Ale. It drew. So if he goes undefeated, we can see him again. See him in the 201 bracket.
All right, we're gonna call it Nix Fit, just for.
I don't know the difference.
Whatever.
I think I say this every time. I'm sure. Don't know the difference. Don't care. Yeah, I think. I mean, Blue Red Delver days. I mean, so Kyra wants to like get his Veteran Explorer out. He wants to do some Cabal therapy stuff, right?
Sure.
Like that's the reason why the deck's good, or not good. It's the reason why
It's
the
how
deck's
it
a
works,
deck.
yeah.
And if he doesn't do that, then he's just gonna be stuck with the pretty slow hand.
Ethan, do you know who's who here?
No, but I believe. Give me a second. The way they're shuffling, we're gonna figure it out in a second.
Okay.
God, I couldn't tell what that was.
All right. Looks like that's.
Okay, Cabal Therapy's on the right side. So Sneaky Show's on the left, and the right side's
Gotcha.
Mental Stretch. So. Mental Stretch. Okay, here you go. This should be starting up, though. Okay.
Sweet.
Excuse me. All important die roll. 7 versus 8. Okay. All right, Blue Red Delver goes first. And he's ready mulliganing.
Like a hand without any mana. Hard to keep.
So he's got a not Monster Mentor, a Swift Spear, 2 Force of Wills, and land. Seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Force of Wills is pretty. Well, having 2 so. What do you? Okay, so if I'm going turn 1 Veteran Explorer, my opponent goes turn 1 Swift Spear. He attacks me.
Yeah.
First of all, he's not going to attack me because I'm just going to block, right?
Yeah.
But let's say he doesn't attack me. He says, okay, I'm not going to attack. And then, so I untap, and I play Swamp. And I cast my Cabal Therapy, and I'm playing Blue-Red Delver. I'm playing against Blue-Red Delver. What am I naming?
I think your first name should be Brainstorm.
Do you not name Forcible just because, like, you don't want to get your Rector counted?
I think you save that as your second name.
Okay.
And, like, Force of Wills you can play around, and especially if you know about them, it doesn't really matter as much. The deck runs cards like Cavern of Souls, so you're able to get your you're able to get your Rectors into play around whatever counters are there.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather go for spells that are more effective.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see. He might be a little scared of just being burned out, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... The burn on this deck isn't as fast as you'd think.
Sure.
Okay, so he's got the Veteran Explorer.
Prowess triggers add up, but...
He's got a Veteran Explorer, and he's got a Pernicious Deed. You know, I got a joke, and Kyra's going to hate me for this joke, but we're going to say it anyways. So, you know, like, okay, this is a pretty bad joke. We're going to go ham. It's not a bad one. You think you're going to find it funny. If you don't find it funny, it's your fault. So, you know how Kyra played the deck Tuesday? And I think his girlfriend was, like, watching him play deck, and, like, I could overhear him, like, explaining the deck. You know, I think a lot of the reason why women don't play Magic is you have a lot of people who are teaching women to get into Magic, decks like this. And, like, you know, maybe if they found, like, a deck that, like, made sense, like, they would be like, oh, I want to come back and play. Maybe that's the problem.
So it's just a deck choice problem.
It's just a deck choice problem. It's an interesting deck. It's certainly got some weird stuff to it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know...
It's definitely different from anything else that you could be doing.
Well, Blue-Red Delver's interesting because, like, it's one of those decks where you always think it should be better than it is, but it never feels good to be casting Chain Lightning as much as... like, especially going to the face, but like runs cards like True Name Nemesis, like right we see right there.
Right, yeah.
And so like it's good, but Swift Spear is like not that great.
In general, like Blue-Red Delver has kind of that counterburn feel to it, and counterburn just always feels a little bit off to me as far as it goes, because it's not quite a tempo deck.
Yeah. And
it's not quite a control deck.
Well, like especially this, like you see this Chain Lightning interaction, you basically you're gonna go to 15 and I'm gonna lose a card from my hand.
Sure. And
like against another Delver deck or against a control deck, they're kind of just looking at you like, okay.
Yeah.
Like sure, I'm gonna play Baleful Strix. I'm gonna draw a card. He's gonna stonewall one of your guys, and now I'm up. You know what I mean?
Interesting. So
the deck was really good when you had Treasure Cruise, though. Let's be real. When you could just like refill your hand and explode, like the deck was good. It just doesn't have that power anymore.
So Kyr has access to a lot of mana here with that Volrath Stronghold.
So he could potentially just...
Phyrexian Tower.
So right now he's got 5 mana, right?
Yeah. He'll get 2 off of the sack. He can gain 2...
well, he's got Abrupt Decay.
Basics.
He's got collect. Is that Collective Brutality?
Didn't see. I know he's got a Pernicious Deed in hand.
You know what's funny? I used to tell people how dumb Strix was, and you know what, Nate? They threw stones at me, and they exiled me for outside the temple wall. So now I don't even care. I don't care. This is the life you guys have chose to live, and you know what? No, you know, I'm like the guy. I'm like that guy at the city. Remember he's like, don't that horse. That's a trap. That's a trap. And they like the guy got like thrown into the ocean. That's me. Baleful Strix is dumb. Like it's definitely not broken, but like the card's just like inherently stupid. Like draw a card, kill a creature, and like, you know.
Do you think if it didn't have
be
Death
blue,
Touch that
it would be meh? It would no one
even playable?
No, it wouldn't be.
Even
Absolutely
think,
not. If it had 1/1 lifelink, no.
No.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Baleful Strix. We're not playing with you.
What if it didn't fly?
Still fine.
Yeah.
Still fine. The idea of flies is actually ridiculous too.
Yeah. So here comes second. Okay, so Abrupt Decay on the Swiss Spear.
This is probably distasteful, but maybe we can make a Kaepernick meme with Baleful Strix. Yeah, it kills Gurmag Angler, kills Delver Secrets really well, kills...
Use Brutality. Looks like 2 modes.
Discard and, there's another mode.
Gain 2, lose 2.
Well, lands really don't matter to Kyr, right?
He's got Force.
Force will it?
Force Pitch Force.
So that means he's got an instant or sorcery that he's valuing super high. Like
I can't imagine what it is.
The only one I can think of is Fire Blast.
He's gonna bolt. So he's got 1 card in hand. Fire Blast, like, I'm not even sure that does it.
Well, he's got 2 lands. Volcanic Island. And...
Wow.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Very weird.
Why did he do that? Tell me why he did that. You bolt in response, you let him take 1/2 of your Force of Wills, and you can hard cast the other Force of Will, right?
I'm not a doctor.
I don't think you need to be a doctor to summarize that line.
So here comes Pernicious Deed.
So here's an interesting
Kyr does
point.
need to find something.
So that's what I was about to tell you. The
Yeah.
problem is Kyr has done some cool stuff, neat stuff. At the end of the day, he's done nothing.
Yeah.
You know, this Delver Secrets, you're not gonna not play it.
He has all the mana in the world.
Yeah, Pernicious Deed's pretty good here. I don't think Josh has access to Planeswalkers in the 60, so I think this Pernicious Deed's gonna allow Kyr to really take his time to find something.
Yeah, and Kyr has a lot of hits in his deck. He's got all of his Rectors. He's got enough mana where he could probably hard cast any of his enchantments if necessary.
Sure.
Or Planeswalkers if he's running that as well.
What is doing with card Kyr do here? Like, you're
like...
right. Especially being blue-red Delver, Kyr's top deck's going to be a lot better. Especially because he's got the Pernicious Deed.
Sure.
If I'm Kyr here,
It's going to Deed.
I think it's a little early to Deed. I think we could see, unless he's going to cast something.
I think Kyr might have drawn Lingering Souls.
Can't he cast it without it? He's got...
He didn't have a white source.
He's got Verdant Catacombs. He
could have, yeah.
Yeah. I like to keep the Deed. Let's see what he does. Maybe he's going to cast something weird. This is a weird deck. He's doing some weird stuff.
Could be.
I would have waited on the Deed. I don't think he was in... We would see if the Delver flips, at least, you know?
Sure, yeah. No harm in waiting. You might see an extra
Let's see what he's going to play. You have a benefit out here. Okay, so I would have waited. I would have cast Lingering. Lingering Souls is a good job of killing Delver Secrets, by the way.
Sure.
I guess maybe he's thinking because Pernicious Deed would kill Lingering Souls tokens. That's the reason why he wanted to wait.
Yeah.
So he just wants to go wide. So I think maybe what he's thinking is because he hasn't drawn a threat, that maybe he just wants to try to end the game as quickly as possible.
Yeah. This is a pretty good position to be in. You've got...
Oh, dude, Big Cheater Face didn't exile his Lingering Souls. Let's see if we can catch him casting it again. And give out a GRV.
Oh, man.
That's how I feel about like every game of Magic. I get like mad at my people for slow play. I'm not gonna tell you who, but I played a 42-minute match against someone. I 2-0'd them, and it was like not close. Oof. It was a lot of them just thinking, and I'm just like, I just want to put my hand open. Like, this is what you gotta deal with.
Yeah.
There's like dazes and spell pierces. We got Price of Progress currently.
This seems weird. Like, not presenting lethal
Kyrie-
next turn and going for the...
He just really wants to show. He just really wants to get a Rector. I don't know. He just wants to use Evolutionary Leap. I don't know.
I mean, so there's Rector, and he can definitely cast it and sack it.
So weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just wants to. I don't know.
This just seems like doing things for the sake of doing things, but...
This is like his end zone celebration. Wow,
okay. Diabolic Intent, so he's going to sacrifice the Rector and search for a card. But first he gets the Rector.
Yeah, I think he's just...
Choppy Stream.
What does Dovescape do again?
Dovescape makes all non-creature... It counters all non-creature spells, and they get birds equal to the convert mana cost of the spell.
So if I cast Lightning Bolt and I Force a Will it, I get 6 birds?
6 birds.
I know, yeah. Really? Because I feel like I would have some interesting lines. I feel like I would bolt and like double force myself and I have 10 birds.
Yeah.
I don't. So Josh, like, what Josh can now stop?
I feel like this just gives Josh
an unnecessary out. Why didn't he bolt in response? Okay.
He gets 2 birds.
Well, yeah, if he bolt in response, he puts Kyra to 5.
Yeah, yeah. So likely Kyre got Curse of Death's Hold as his card off of Diabolic Intent, and he's just gonna lock Josh out. It looks like.
I'm sure you do. That makes sense.
Okay, so he's gonna Evolutionary Leap that. And that should be game.
Yeah, why don't you just attack twice?
Yeah.
I guess we can guess.
I agree. Glad that it's better for you now.
I was forced to watch this Nikvit deck shuffle a bunch and put enchantments in.
So, Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, Green Sun Zenith is kind of interesting versus Dovescape. Just able to tap out and...
Gosh, I don't know. Somebody Dovescape me and said pass, and like I have Brainstorm and Force One like card, and I was like, get myself 6.
Yeah. Just get
That's
6
birds. Here's an Alpha Strike. Kill you. I guess you gotta get. I don't know. Yeah, this is. What's our other match at?
Oh, let's go see. Looks like
okay, we'll stay on this.
They're shuffling. It looks like Sneak and Show got there.
Did they? We said 3.
I think so.
3. So Malice
to
Stretch
say.
has no fetches. So that being said,
Probably took a hit for 15
Yes.
would be my guess, and
2.
then another hit for 15.
I'm thinking, okay, that's how you take 2 damage? Crystal Brand, yeah, I guess right. Probably took 115. And
I don't know.
does Malice Stretch have ways to lose life?
Yes. Street Wraith, right?
But yeah, okay, so 3. He Street Wraith once and he got Hammer Cold. Okay, this game is over. Okay. Let's watch Sneak and Show versus Malice Stretch when they sideboard.
Okay. Here we
Matchup analysis. Who do I want to be in this matchup? Oh, hell, I never want to be a Malice Stretch player. You know what? I'd rather live in North Korea. So let's be real. So Sneak and Show, we're gonna take this from the Sneak and Show perspective. If you're Sneak and Show, I think you want to draw your Force of Will blue card to stop.
They probably run Graph Diggers, right? And that'd be turn 1.
Do they?
Scoop.
I don't know. The only Sneak and Show deck that I like religiously study is Omni Sneak or whatever you want to call it, which runs the only sideboard cards they run is 2 Pyroclasm and 2 Viseju. So
I'd expect like either surgical or graft diggers or
It
some
runs one
combination.
surgical, but it's off a Cunning Wish though.
Yeah.
So I think in this matchup you just want to Omniscience Emrakul, and then just like
Yeah. Don't you want to do that just about every match?
yeah. But I think showing telling a Gristlebrand isn't enough here.
Yeah. Gristlebrand might be a little slow.
Yeah, because he's playing Austin's version. This is the version that I built for Austin. So he's running a JPA special. JPA special runs 2 Omniscience, 3 Sneak Attack, 4 Show and Tells, 3 Emrakul, and 3 Gristlebrand.
Okay.
So this is like, and guess what? The sideboard, it's got 2 Passages, 2 Pyroclasms, and 11
Gotcha.
instants. So this is a sneak and show deck that I'd play. So. Let's see. So he's got our Manaless Dredge player has a Narcomoeba and a Bridge from Below in the hand. Not so good.
It does have a Phantasmagorian though, so it might be worth a keep.
What does that card do again?
So you're able to discard 3 cards to return it from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay.
So what he's looking to do is
He's got a bobble.
be on the draw. Bobble, interesting.
This have a bobble. Okay, so we got that is a Graft Digger's Cage. Sure looks like a Graft Digger's Cage.
Yeah. That might
Is that
be a
or is
very,
that Emrakul?
That might be a quick game.
I will be
Show
very
and tell,
disappointed as a
for
Graft
sure.
Digger's. Oh, I think he wanted to put a Graft Digger's Cage in it. Oh, that Graft Digger's Cage.
There you go.
Game over.
So
Now we're gonna
have a good read of Graft Digger's Cage. Creatures cannot enter, and
Can you
that's
just
going
get
to be
scoop?
the game.
All right. Well, all right.
All right.
That was great.
Well, that's a game. So Todd went first, which I think means they're 1-1 now.
Yeah, they are 1-1. Oh no, maybe it's over. No, it's not. It's 2-0.
2-0.
Because remember he got hit with that.
Oh, that's right, because Manaless Dredge wants to be on the draw. That's right. Well, that was a quick match.
Good one. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
And we'll head right back over where these guys are just finishing up sideboarding, it looks like.
I feel like Manaless Dredge needs to run Forcible for that.
That's the big problem with Manaless versus like the LED version.
Nobody thinks Manaless Dredge is good.
You're able to run cards.
Nobody does. There's nobody in the world. There's nobody whose pet deck is Manaless Dredge.
Yeah. I almost feel like if you were going to run a deck similar to that, it'd be better to be like Belcher or like Oops All Spells or something like that. If that was like the style, or even just like Mana Dredge, like LED Dredge. But
maybe the thing is
like,
they're waiting to get LEDs.
That could be. LED's an expensive card.
Problem with normal Dredge is Dredge just loses to 2 surgicals. Surgical Acrid, Surgical Bridge from Below, so yeah.
Yeah, tough to deal with, but I mean, force them to have it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it Dovescape or one of the Rectors?
Dovescape. Looks like Dovescape, Dryad Arbor, Forest, Veteran Explorer, ×2, and I can't quite tell. That might be an Evolutionary Leap. Alright, so Josh starting things off with Blue Delta Fetch. Should definitely just grab a Volk, see what his first play is. Interesting. Grabs an Island. Is there a reason to grab Basics versus Nyx Fit?
Oh, your own price of progress.
I guess.
I don't know if you boarded it out, though.
I think I'd board it out. The deck plays so many Basics.
Yeah, I would too. Oh, he fetched past.
Interesting.
All right.
He's got end of turn. I'm gonna do a little rant on end of turn
Sure,
brainstorms. I really hate.
Which is weird because you guys have
like-
made me the poster boy of the anti-end of turn brainstorm rant. So I think I'm gonna rebuttal you. So you tell me, okay, you go first, and then I'll rebuttal you.
I really hate the end of turn 1 fetch brainstorm 90% of the time, maybe even higher than 90% of the time, because you're not getting full advantage out of your cantrips. You're basically using it as like an end of turn, I'll draw 1 card. So like, because you're only going to draw into 1 new card.
Yeah.
Why do that when you could?
What if you have
draw
3
into
brainstorms?
Yeah, that's the exception,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Like, so if you have multiple brainstorms, then you can do it.
That's it. I just gotta tell people that because there's time. Because some poor little guy, new Delver player, is gonna have 3 brainstorm in his hand, and he's gonna remember your rant.
Yeah,
and he's not gonna turn brainstorm, and he's gonna like lose the game.
For
but
sure.
You're right. You're 100% right. Like the thing is, like brainstorm's not a cantrip, and people play it as a cantrip, which is unfortunate. But like you're absolutely right. Like you need to get more out of your brainstorms, but there's certainly times where you want to. So there's a time in Grixis Control where I've ended turn brainstorm.
Sure.
Because I desperately want to find the second black source so I can him to Torak him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
There are other times.
There's times and places, but for the most part, brainstorm and ponders are cards that should like enable you finding what you need.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people inherently like play it to find threats, but like generally, what if your threat doesn't line up that well?
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I see a lot of people ponder to ponder, brainstorm to brainstorm, or brainstorm to ponder.
Sure.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So like, you're absolutely right. It's like valuing, like I think that's a big micro difference between a lot of players is like being able to brainstorm and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's times and places, but for the most part, like people religiously trying to be like you want to be efficient with mana, but there's a chance of being too efficient with mana.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times people feel like they have brainstorm and ponder and they have to cast them when sometimes the best play is just fetch go.
Well, like turn 1, you're on the play. They play out forest and pass. Do you know what even you're trying to look for? What's good?
Yeah. So in his situation, right, because he played fetch pass, I would have played fetch pass.
Yeah.
And then you get to play another land, and you get to brainstorm, and you get to throw away some bad cards,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then in the case where he needs land, then you're gonna want to draw off the top of your deck anyways,
Sure.
because it's gonna give you an extra look for land. So like you're in that situation, like you're almost 100% right most of the time. But like if you're playing combo or something like that, you can see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, let me know how you do Nate. Also, yeah, you should post your list in the Discord.
So Kyra was able to resolve this evolutionary leap, and I think that's going to be sort of a misstep on Josh's part. I think I would have countered that card. It just provides a lot of value and is able to get like these veteran explorers going.
Yeah,
and it's a pretty efficient sack outlet. But in Josh's favor, he does have a quicker clock now. He was able to get that Storm Chaser down and this True Name. So we'll see what happens.
So Kyr can next turn trigger his Rector, right? Or can he do it right now?
So it depends on if he has or draws into a Rector.
He's got a Rector in his hand.
Oh, he does. Okay. I think he's going to be a mana short.
Yeah. Why is the Dryad over tapped? Because evolutionary leap?
Shouldn't be. Oh, yeah. He tapped it to play the Veteran Explorer.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, because it got Vapor Snag last turn. So I think he's a mana short, but he should be able to beat that.
He could be dead here soon, too.
I think Kyra has to wait 1 turn. So he can run out, like, double
Okay, so if he
Explorer
plays this
here.
Veteran Explorer and he sack... Oh,
It's mana neutral. Yeah, all this is mana neutral.
Not if he cheats and puts a Phyrexian Tower into play.
I suppose he could always cheat and put a Phyrexian Tower into play, and that would not be mana neutral.
I'm going to stop it.
Yeah, Kyra could be dead here if If Josh has like Fire Blast,
Luminarch Ascension.
Luminarch Ascension, interesting.
My only thing with it is they're gonna board in enchantment, artifact hate with Council's Judgment stuff.
Sure.
So it's gonna get like hit by it. I know, but like that's gonna inevitably get hit by it too, and it's slower. It's slower than Gideon and Elspeth. I would run Gideon or Elspeth instead. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't think it's bad, but I think a lot of their hate they're going to bring in against you is going to sideswipe.
Yeah, it's just gonna
I think it's going to, like, devalue it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, but... Because Luminarch Ascension, you need... How many counters does it have to have on it? 5? Or 3?
I think it's 3.
3? And what do you have to do to get the counters?
You have to not take damage.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like other ways. Let me look at the card. Yeah, it's 4.
That's 4. We're right in the middle.
Yeah, it's 4, huh? If you didn't lose life this turn, beginning of each opponent's end step. So you have to play it on 2, and you're gonna on 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I don't know, Nate. That's 6 turns, so it's going live on turn 7, basically.
Best case.
Yeah, that may just be too slow. Yeah, turn 7, turn 6. Well, it's 7.
Yeah,
because it's at the end step, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's turn. Well, I guess you could. It's at the beginning of the end step, so you could use it at the end step.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know. That's too much.
All right. So Rector in play.
I just think Miracles is going to be rough because you're going to be nobling into something, and they're going to Terminus. You know.
That's game, isn't it?
I think so. I think Sylvan's your probably best bet. Yeah.
Double chain here does it.
He's got Forcible. What's he doing with that Forcible? Keep the... Oh, okay.
No, he's got lethal.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. He has lethal anyways.
Now he's really got lethal.
Oh, jeez.
He doesn't even have to attack for lethal.
Kyra did a bunch of stuff and died.
Yep. Bunch of stuff.
Show him the bolts. This is where I just show him. I'd be like, look, I got trip bolts. I don't even need to attack. This is mean. He's like slow rolling it.
All right, so 1-1.
Yeah, I think Sylvan Library just do fine. I think you could probably run like... Yeah, I mean, you're going to pay 8 basically no matter what against him. There's like, is there any like decent green planeswalkers? There's that one Nissa.
Which one? The
Steward of the Elements.
That's the
no, it's not a good death.
Walker?
He's playing Nick Fit. That's not a good death. That's like dying in like Syria. Look up Nissa. Go scroll up. It's that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Steward. Green, blue.
I don't know. Okay. It dies to Pyroblast still.
Nissa of the 5/5s is a green Jace.
This one's could be decent. It's low to the ground, like Nate wanted. Nissa Steward of the Elements. They played it in Rug. They were like messing around with Nissa Vital Force is
Vital Force is good.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Nate? What's your opinion on that one? Trust me, I'm not a fan of the card that much, but like, especially if Miracles is going to a blue-white shell, like going Nissa Steward of Elements like doesn't seem terrible.
Be interesting.
Ingenuity. What's not in your book Dev's deck? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
You
Remember, it was played in Rug, and Rug's CMC is so low that they were messing around with it in Rug. I think they could play it.
Tim had one of Nissa in his bug Nick fit. And I thought that was kind of an interesting spot.
That seems pretty good. Like, this sounds kind of weird, but going like turn 2 Nissa Steward of the Element, like, okay, I'd rather go True Name or Knight or almost anything or some library. Yeah. But like against Miracles, if you go like turn 2 Nissa Steward of the Elements against them, like it starts at 2, you immediately +2. Like, it's actually going to kind of give them a value problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it kind of does though. That was turn 2, HE Fox with Noble Hierarch. We're playing a band deck. Do you think we're not going to draw a Noble Hierarch? You're crazy. God, this HE
so it'd
Fox
go to
guy.
Yeah, it'd go to 3 then, right? Like, but same point. We can.
Where's HE Fox in? Is he in Portland? Is that doing too much of something?
Too much or too little?
Can you cast for 2 land? No, it dies. You gotta have Noble Hierarch.
Yeah, you'd have to have a 3rd mana, but.
Oh, move to Boise. You're in Boise? It's like 2 hours away. I don't know why you don't show up to Legacy more. Just stay the weekend.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. What's your deal, dude? Boise. Oh man.
All right, so
I'm a little upset that HE Fox doesn't come to more Legacy events.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no excuses now.
Instead of playing Paul every round, one of every tournament, I can play him, and then he can just mull a 5, and I'll have the Torag him twice. Med school, you don't need to be a doctor. Seriously, you have too many doctors. Or you go to Boise State, go. So that blue field is stupid.
All right, so Living Wish for Kyre. I think he's going to grab a Veteran Explorer. Or maybe not. They might not have one in the board. They might just run 4 main. Interesting. Okay. Gets Phyrexian Tower. That's a good one.
Yeah. It's one of the best cards in the deck. The difference between this hand and unlike other Kyre's hand is he's got Lingering Souls and Evolutionary Leap. He doesn't have any
Yeah. Lingering Souls is going to be great here. Just buying Kyre at the time he needs to get things going.
It's a good... interesting. Collective Brutality. Doesn't kill the mage, right? It's a 1/3?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So Lingering Souls.
It's good. It's going to buy it a little bit of time. I like Lingering Souls.
That's going to get forced.
Oh, Force of Will. Lingering Souls? What?
Okay.
Oh, man. That Lingering Souls feels good. What? Didn't that card say him to Torok on it and then get 2 1/1s later on? That's a good card. That's a good Magic card.
Brainstorm. Prowess trigger for 1.
Yeah, if Lingering Souls said him to Torok him and then echo 2 1/1s the next turn, I'd play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like every day.
Like Mind Rot that, well, I guess Mind Rot with Flashback, get 2 1/1s? You bet. Bolcha.
I hit another Storm Mage, too. Man, maybe it's because he has the true name and he doesn't want to lose. Why? Or no, that's not true name. He had a lot of damage. Okay, I mean.
Yeah, you did a lot. Kyre is able to flashback here.
Veteran Explorer though. He's got Veteran Explorer. He can flashback. So you can kill your Veteran Explorer and flash it back.
You definitely can, and you'll still have 3 mana to work with. So you could cast like Deed as well.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, you're dead to a bolt and dead to bolt.
Are you? You're definitely blocking the...
Because bolt will do 3 damage and then no prowess trigger. Oh, you're blocking. You're right.
Yeah.
No, because you're playing Pernicious Deed in your situation, in this scenario, right? Because if he gets 3 black, now he's...
Yeah, he's got 2
Oh,
black off
duh.
of this, and then gets to fetch up 2, and
Explorer.
should be able to do it all.
Interesting.
Is Josh not fetching? We know he's got at least 4 basics.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he knows what the Carbon Explorer does.
Oh, he wants to keep the card. He brainstormed. He wants to keep what's on top.
Collective Brutality may not be good enough.
Could be for 2 modes, gain 2 life.
Yeah,
Gain and
okay.
drain. Make sure the coast is clear. Not get this flashback lingering souls countered. Take the bolt.
I wonder what's better than Bolt. Tell me what's better than Bolt.
What's better than bolt?
I'm asking you. And what's on top of the deck?
I don't know.
Price of Progress would be good right here.
Price would be good. I'd be surprised if he had it in, but
Yeah. I'm guessing the card True Name Nemesis.
True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
True Name Nemesis might be a little slow this game. We'll see. Now that Deed's out, it feels pretty bad.
I don't know why I'm wearing my hoodie like that. I look weird.
Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
Second Storm Chaser, okay.
Oh, they both died of Pernicious Deed.
Yeah.
Why did he play that one?
No.
If he doesn't force will the Lingering Souls, where are we at? Because he has the other one, so he has
I think
3.
Josh is hell-bent.
He is hellbent. Does Kyre have the leap still?
Yeah, leaps in hand. He doesn't want to play it until after he deeds, though.
But, okay, that makes sense. Because he's going to deed in Flashback Lingering Souls and he'll leap.
I think so.
He's going to Quantum Leap. Get Scott Bakula. So, okay. So if he resolves Lingering Souls, Josh is the Force of Will and he's got the other mage in hand. And then he can Force of Will the Collective Brutality.
Mm.
That's an interesting one. He gets to keep his Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Kyre has to use these tokens to block.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we're in a different world.
Yeah. Yeah, so now Kyre's got his draw engine online. He just needs to find something in the next turn or so to be...
Hey, Price of Progress, he lives on.
Yeah, Price would be...
I tell you one thing, I know he didn't draw Price of Progress because he would have just slammed that mother on the board.
Looks like a bolt.
Okay, so he pondered and kept. So that means there's got to be a bolt on top.
There's got to be another bolt, right? So Kyre really needs to get down a Dovescape here. So there's the Rector.
So it's over, right? Because then he just gets... Well,
he has to get Dovescape and then into another Rector. The window's closing really quickly.
No, because Dovescape will immediately... Kyre discarded one of the enchantments, the one that they killed Gideon's friend.
Yeah, Cruel Reality.
Yeah. Why did they do that to Gideon's friend?
Oh no, man.
I understand. White Planeswalkers got bad beats, dude. Didn't they like kill Elspeth?
Yeah, White Planeswalkers have had a rough go.
No one cares about Johnny Goldman. He's a loser. He's basically the Jeb Bushes of Planeswalkers. He's a low energy loser. Yeah.
Alright, so here comes Dovescape. That's going to protect Kyre from dying to a bolt on top or Price or anything like that.
So is he, doesn't Kyre get another creature?
Yeah, he's resolving this first. So now the leap triggers. He gets another Rector. Doesn't have the mana to do it again. But
He does. Better. Oh, it's neutral.
Yeah.
Or unless did he play a land already this turn?
Looks like he did not.
Yeah.
So Kyre staying at 2 just to fade a Storm Chaser or a haste creature. And gets the pass and should be over from here. Kyre does technically need one more to make things to make it so he actually wins the game instead of just doesn't lose the game, because this is going to go get the same thing we saw last time with Curse of Deathhold.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Is Evolutionary Leap exile?
No, Leap does not exile, but
okay.
The card exiles.
So what is it? That card gives all your guys -1/-1, right? It's an all
your opponent only gets -1.
What else does it do?
That's it. Your opponent's creatures get -1/-1.
Why don't you just run all those Soul's Betrayal, Soul's Betrayal, or whatever?
Because that does all creatures.
Kills your Lingering Soul.
Yeah. So there's the third, and that should be good enough. As long as Kyre has one spell in his deck to get there and doesn't like draw his enchantment, he should be good.
So Josh is out is to draw that Storm Mage and then cast stuff.
Yep. But Kyre drew Abrupt Decay, so that should be it. So here comes Rector number 3. And sacking that. Let's see what the kill card is.
What is that card do?
Overwhelming Splendor. It's Humility Plus. So.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Interesting. So I wonder, Kyre might not actually have a strong kill condition here. He might just be hoping to get some spells, or he might be looking to go the distance with this 1/1 Dryad Arbor. Like, he might not have...
But there's no way Josh can win, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's a way that Josh can win. But Josh might not know that. I don't know.
Like, is there any way he can win?
I can't think of one.
If he goes Chandra, can he win if he has like a Planeswalker?
I think it gets carried by Deathscape. Yeah, it'd get carried by Deathscape. So this should be the lock, but it's on Kyre to win.
So Banefire. He can get out of this with Banefire?
Banefire would do it. But
alright, well, I'm sure he runs 4 of.
He'd have to get up to, like, Banefire's X has to be 5 to be uncounterable.
Oh, so Exquisite Firecraft. Here we go.
Exquisite Firecraft. That's a good one.
Is he really having out?
If he has Firecraft, that would be an out.
He probably doesn't. Fire Blast? No. Oh, that's an Exquisite Firecraft!
What?
What? This can't be real life.
Exquisite
Is this real
Firecraft.
life?
Wow. That's the game and the match. Wow.
What the... Oh, what
Exquisite Firecraft gets there. Wow.
God, there's no justice in the world.
Oh, man. All that work.
If I died, is this hell?
Called shot, HC
Man,
Fox.
I'm I must be in hell. Is this
Exquisite Firecraft.
What the heck? Are you kidding me? What the
Wow.
Oh man. What the heck?
What a card.
Is he mainboard that?
It's probably sideboard would be my guess.
Why would you board it in?
for this reason.
You're telling me you've got a plan to win if you get
Under
Dovescape?
Dovescape? They probably have it just for...
This isn't America. I don't know what you're talking about. In America, we cast cards like Pawn or Brainstorm.
Ay. What a card.
Wow. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
I'm just stunned. He's looking at my... I just got my hood on. I don't know what to do.
Oh, man.
I'm just shocked. I'm in shock.
How many do you think he runs? Like 2 max?
1? 2?
1, 2? Couldn't be more than that, right? Couldn't be more than that.
Maybe Kyra should never
100% deserved. I mean, put cards in the deck to draw him, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. I don't have anything to say to that.
Me neither.
It's crazy.
I don't have anything to say either. I'm just stunned. What should we talk about? We got some time.
Oh, no, man.
What's your favorite reanimated target? I don't know. I'm just stunned. I don't know.
What's your favorite 3-mana sorcery burn spell?
Trying to think of one. The guess exquisite fire. Is there another one on exquisite firecraft? Oh, vortex. Sulfuric vortex.
Yeah. It's not a sorcery, but yeah.
Oh, whatever. For the sake of this argument, it does.
Sure.
Well, okay. I guess you play silly cards and you get punished.
Yeah.
I think my only gripe with the Nick Fit deck is he did a lot of stuff to still die.
Yeah.
And
like I don't think there's a way that Kyra could play around that though.
No, and I don't think he should have to. But it's just like I'm wondering, is the Planeswalker shell better than this one?
It might be, but I don't know. I understand wanting to have a more streamlined deck as well, because the thing that gets me with like the 8 Rector build is it seems like you've got almost 2 competing game plans, and you never seem to draw like the right half.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I know Rector's not really. Why? Is that like... Eureka's a terrible card. Have you guys ever read the card Eureka?
Yeah,
it's strictly worse than Show and Tell.
Yeah.
Like, why would you, like, hey, why don't you play, like, in Dreadstill, why don't you play Lightning Strike instead of Lightning Bolt? It's, like, clearly better. Like, you can play it through Chalice. Duh. yeah, you know, HC Fox, I don't want to ever see you with the card Lightning Bolt in your deck again, and you better be playing with 4 Lightning Strikes, because it obviously doesn't get counted by Chalice. My only problem with the Rector deck is it's like trying to do what Show and Tell does with green and blue, and just like play that,
Yeah.
5 Planeswalkers. You know, also good. You know what you can do with like Show and Tell? You can cast Omniscience and just win the game. I'm a fan of winning the game.
Wild / greater than Bolt.
Like I said, winning the game seems fun. So, Omniscience, Cunning Wish, Intuition, Fire Mind, do weird stuff. Or you Fire Mind, get Intuition.
I agree. There's a bunch of weird kills that you can do with that deck, right? Like you can
release the
ants. Yeah.
Oh yeah, release the ants. That's a good one. Yeah, that deck's good.
You can do like Enter the Infinite shenanigans if you want to.
Yeah. The only thing with the Nickfit deck is like, are there really not that more powerful enchantments than like Dovescape and Curse of Deathhold?
Not really.
You know, it's a good enchantment.
So like Overwhelming Splendor turns all your opponent's creatures into 1/1s and makes it so that your opponent's lands with it does so much stuff. I'm just.
Oh, I got a good enchantment. You know, it's a good enchantment. I'll give you a hint. It's blue.
Mind over matter.
No, Omniscience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like we're building a deck, huh? Instead of Eureka, we're gonna play Show and Tell. Instead of these weirdo enchantments, we're gonna play freaking Omniscience, huh? Interesting.
So like Overwhelming Splendor, enchant player, Creatures enchant player controls lose all abilities, have base power and toughness 1, can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So planeswalkers are bust. And so the deck does play one of those as sort of like a super humility. But
I mean, if you cast that card, you should be winning the game.
yeah. And like sometimes they're playing like Sandworm Convergence out of the
What is that card
board.
do?
It makes 5/5s. So creatures with flying can't attack you or planeswalkers you control at the beginning of your end step. Make a 5/5 worm token.
Oh, that card's really good, yeah.
So just
Yeah.
kind of make the air
That's a good
unplayable,
one.
and then
yeah. Just
you have kill
slam that
condition.
one on 8.
hard counters entry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't run Terminus or anything. Well, I guess
I mean, you keep getting 5/5,
yeah,
so.
Jason Mind's hopes card.
Apparently, so is Exquisite Firecraft.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I feel bad for Nick Fit.
Man.
Okay, that's time of the round, so that means we should be getting a new round.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a real deck. Real decks. Any real decks you guys want to talk about?
So, Richmond.
Richmond.
What do you think the metagame looks like after Richmond?
More of the same.
More
More
of the same.
Grixis control, more miracles.
Yeah.
More. The only thing I could see a little bit more of is Grixis Delver. More uptake, just because a lot of people are like talking about it.
Sure. Yeah.
Dreadstill.
Moto, I've seen kind of a little bit of an uptick on
Blue White Play.
Rug Delver.
Oh really? No.
Yeah.
Well.
Which is weird, right? Like.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Rug Delver's still the worst Delver deck out of all of them, including Dark Thresh. Yeah, Los's list is interesting. It's worse against Delver decks and Death Shadow, and it's better against Miracles and Blue White Stoneblade. I'd rather just play traditional Blue White Stoneblade, to be honest. But they did good with the deck, so I mean, it's a cool list. It's a fun little list. But you know, I think it does open you up to worse Delver matchups, which is never that fun because sometimes they can just Delver you. Dreadstill is a dead deck, so we're not going to talk about that one. If you want to talk about Dreadstill, you can like message HC Fox, and I'm sure he's got like a Bible on Dreadstill. You can drive up to Boise and get what's something that HC Fox probably drinks? Probably like chamomile tea. Get some Earl Grey and chamomile tea. You know, sit outside on his porch and just talk about the glory days of Dreadstill. If you hate losing the Miracles, play Sneak and Show. Just play yeah. It's actually got a good matchup versus Miracles, which most people don't seem to realize. Grixis.
You know, people make.
I'm just kidding. Where is he? Oh, see, he's talking about my problem with Dreadstill. I guess we're going to talk about Dreadstill because I have to make up for it. H.E. Fox, why is the Dreadstill master himself is here? Why don't you tell us why? Tell us why your deck doesn't work anymore, H.E. Fox. It's like a fun deck. The problem is you got two for one yourself to do anything.
Sure.
Yeah. Stifle Dreadnought. Pass. Swords of Plowshare. I can see. Dreadnought's indestructible, right?
I don't think so.
Is it not indestructible?
I think it's just a 12/12.
You're telling me that card dies the Fatal Push? If that card dies the Fatal Push, I'm never talking to you again at AC Fox. I'm under the impression that card's indestructible. Never ever talking.
Yeah, there's no indestructible. It's
That
got
card's
trample.
terrible.
It's got cool art.
Goblins, my buddy playing Goblins, he lost to Miracles. He lost to Cunio, whatever his name was, in round 14.
Cunio?
Yeah, and it's kind of sad because he lost because Back to Basics cut off his Rashad ports and his Cavernous Souls. But Goblins is a deck that probably could see a little bit more play, but it's not going to.
Yeah, Goblins does have a favorable Miracles matchup, but I just don't think that it has enough favorable matchups in the meta to make it
Yeah,
viable.
I mean, the decks you want to beat right now, the 3 decks that you want to have a comfortable matchup against right now is some sort of Miracles, Grixis Control,
Yeah, yeah.
and obviously Blue Black Death Shadow.
Yeah.
Death and Taxes was a big loser this weekend. Just almost no
Yeah.
Death and Taxes.
Yeah.
Not a lot around there too. I think this is going to open up for hopefully more combo to kind of sneak in a little bit. That's what I'd like to see. And then that being said, that would make sideboards and meta changes.
Sure.
So that's the thing. We're kind of combo seems to be pushed out over and over again. Rolls over Delver, D&T. How does it roll over Shadow? They're like Shadow's bigger than your Dread. Nah, I guess it's not. Is Dread still the original Shadow deck?
It might be.
It's the OG Shadow deck.
OG Shadow.
Too busy. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes there's wrong things in playing Fleet you love. Sometimes you got to move on.
Oh yeah.
Just move on. There is something to be said. There's certain decks that, like, percentage points wise, the more you know it, the more you deck you should play it and you like it. There's certain decks that shouldn't be played though. Like, Standstill is a card that, like, I feel like the best Standstill deck is like a blue-white Standstill deck with like Teferi.
Yeah, I can see that. Ran into someone playing Standstill online, and actually lost the game because the beginning turns played out basically just like Miracles, and so I was trying to play it like Miracles, and then just got crushed.
It's like drop a Standstill.
Yeah.
Problem with Standstill is it's not as good as Counterbalance. You'd rather just play Counterbalance on 2 and like Standstill on 3.
I mean, Standstill probably runs some number of Counterbalance. Right?
I don't know how the deck really functions anymore.
I don't know.
What's it like? Yeah, I don't even know when the last like Standstill list like was populated. The problem with blue white Standstills, yeah, that's why we run our own Counterbalance.
Yeah. Yeah, Counterbalance is quite a card. Even without the ability to set up quite as much on top.
I just learned that Phyrexian Dreadnought dies to Fatal Push, and I'm just in shock right now.
Second bombshell of the night.
The thing with Infect is, the Grixis decks, like the Grixis control deck, preys upon Infect. I honestly think it's borderline unwinnable, but I feel like Infect's good when like your opponent doesn't know how to play against it that well.
Yeah, definitely. You gain some percentage points from people not knowing how the deck works or how to play against it.
Yeah.
Or just not sequencing their spells properly.
No, absolutely, yeah. Infect's a good deck though. Like it's like not a good deck, but it's like a fun deck. I like existing. Well, the problem with Dread still is just like it's such a cool deck. Like it's a deck of like a Time Memoriam, but it's one of those where the power level of its cards haven't changed.
Sure.
And like the
everything's kind of ramped up.
I just walked past it, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're almost getting to that point with Tarmogoyf, to be honest. Like,
yeah, Tarmogoyf's pretty much there.
Yeah. Which is saying something, because Tarmogoyf used to be the flagship creature of
I mean, there used to be
Legacy.
decks called Tarmoslai or Tarmo Death or Tarmo Black or Tarmo Folk.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. But I mean, things change.
Sure, yeah. I think it just goes to show like how much Wizards has done to improve creatures over the years. Like for a long time, creatures were just extremely inferior to spells that you could be playing.
Yeah.
And they've come back to a point where it's actually pretty even.
Gurmag is one that comes to mind, obviously.
Yeah. You look at cards like True Name, and you look at cards like Leovold, and you look at cards like Gurmag.
Well, even Delver of Secrets.
Delver of Secrets, yeah.
So Calvin versus Josh.
Okay.
Calvin on Grixis Control. Josh on Blue-Red Delver.
Yeah.
Todd. Oh, you can show. Okay, what do you guys want to watch? You guys want to watch Blue-Red Delver versus Grixis Control or Sneak and Show versus Grixis Control? Right, is there Bryce on Grixis control?
I don't know what Bryce is on. Every once in a while, he'll like play a goofy deck.
Grixis control.
Cool. All right, so basically, do you want to watch more Delver or do you want to watch combo?
We're gonna let the people decide. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Somebody say something.
What do you guys want to watch?
So, are those the only two choices? What
Those
do you mean
are
those
your
only
only
choices?
two choices.
Gosh, you go to like a restaurant and you're like trying to change the menu.
Only two choices for this round.
I want to see Grixis tap out Jammy Jams lose.
I mean, we haven't had Bryce on camera, so Bryce has not been able to lose on camera yet. So if Captain QC's here, he'd definitely want to see that.
Oh, look at this guy. He's going off. You got outvoted. Well, okay, we're watching. Okay, this is Calvin. So,
all right.
So Calvin's on the left, and Josh is going to be on the right.
Okay.
Ban him, ban Counterbalance, unban DRS and top. You know what? I would only agree to that if we ban Phyrexian Dreadnought. I just want to see Bryce lose.
Delver. Well, we'll check in. No combo. Man, people don't like combo today.
This kind of goes by too quickly.
Fair enough. Calvin versus Josh. Josh on blue-red Delver. Let's get that timer up.
Quickest progress will be a little better, but Calvin can fetch out his 3 basics. Overall, this should be a bad match for Josh because Calvin's removal deals with all of his threats pretty efficiently. Bolts and fatal pushes, and then True Name dies obviously to Calvin's sideboard cards and his edicts. Him's good. I think the big thing is Josh has to go first and kind of have a very aggressive hand and kind of be able to daze the Baleful Strix.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, Strix is a really tough card to deal with. And
why would he have Leyline and Avoid in the board? Probably has Surgical.
Yeah, Leyline doesn't make a lot of sense out of blue-red.
You know how I actually I beat Grixis Control at the GP really easily with Rest in Peace. Like, just resolving a Rest in Peace, and the guy just, like, couldn't do it. Like, he'd Snapcaster, Cooligan's Command, just lay on Last Hope. There's a point where he had, like, 2 Snapcasters only on Last Hope and a Rest in Peace. And I had, like, a True Name with a Sword of Feast and Famine.
Interesting.
And it was, like, one of those things where, like, he just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, like, that deck is really, really susceptible to Rest in Peace.
Josh has Blood Moon main deck.
Oh, okay. The only thing with that is it's not as good if Calvin fetches his basics. And Calvin's going to go get his basics because...
To play around price.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And I think Calvin's running more basics than most.
I think they're running 3, 2 islands and a swamp is the standard right now.
Okay. So turn 1 Delver.
I kind of like Josh getting the Volcanic if he is playing on Blood Mooning because
Sure.
this like kind of like pulls the rug over Calvin's eyes just a little bit.
Hides the line a little bit. Calvin not really incentivized to do much. Now that's gonna kind of tip the hand though, right? Like,
yeah, not having a Hymn to Tarok or Baleful Strix play. So Calvin's got Force of Will, Days.
really slow hand from Calvin. It'll be interesting to see if he can make it work.
You can Force of Will the the Blood Moon though, which is really relevant.
Yeah. Josh looks pretty land light right now, which is honestly right where he wants to be.
Delaware Secrets is not Magus a lightning bolt, please. Please
Magus of the
don't
Lightning.
insult one of the greatest Magic cards to defend our freedom with calling it one of the Magus cards. Magus cards are low life loser cards. So don't tell me a Delver of Secrets is a Magus of anything. Go ahead. Sorry, I just was insulted.
It's all
by that.
good. So I don't think Josh has another land here, but he does have a lot of spells in hand, a lot of burn in hand. It looks like he's got at least 3 burn spells.
Missed a land drop though.
He did, yeah. And he also has Force, plus Storm Chaser Mage.
Which he presumably won't cast for 2 turns because Ponder? So he pondered and he didn't shuffle.
He shuffled. Yeah, he did shuffle.
Okay.
Yeah. He was looking for a land.
Blue card from Calvin. Belvastrix.
That's a good one.
It's going to eat a lightning bolt.
Sure. Dodge a him for 2 more turns. Should be a win. There's second land, and it's a good one.
Montaigne. Quick lightning bolt to Strix and attack with for 3. A slow lightning bolt to Strix. Attack for 3.
Yeah, it looks to be the line. Chain lightning.
Calvin thinking too much. Ooh.
He's gonna force. Okay.
1 red mana him to Torok. I don't even play the Honda Civic deck anymore. I don't know why I get that reputation. I play like Stoneblade more on check pile than it did. I feel like this deck. That's fine. I love Honda Civics.
No.
I wish I could own a Honda Civic, but I don't. I've thought about buying. The next car I'll probably buy. I'm gonna buy a second car. I'm probably gonna buy like a Subaru for all-wheel drive, but I'm not. I don't know. I bought this chick a Honda Civic. Well, I didn't buy it. We went to the dealership and I helped her pick it out. So, and to be honest, the whole time I was thinking, when we picked out the Honda Civic, I was thinking about Death Ride and Gurmag riding in the back. And, yeah, I was.
All right, so one of the key cards in the matchup here, Kolaghan's Command. That's easily getting Force of Will. But Snapcaster in hand for Calvin's going to make it so, like, Snapcaster Kolaghan's Command is going to be a thing very quickly.
This Blood Moon, like, could come down, though. We didn't have a land.
It could.
He's got Price of Progress, which is pretty good. So
yeah.
He's going to put him to 9 and price him, and he's going to put him to... So, Calvin will fetch, so Price will deal 7 damage. So Calvin's going to 2.
Price will only deal 5, right?
Look at HG5. He hates this Grixis deck. Don't let him untap. No. I think that was the perfect opportunity to jam it.
Yeah, I agree.
You think you got to jam it now? Don't let him brainstorm.
Not with a fetch.
No.
Open. Like.
No. Oh.
Is that Price or is that?
There's a Price. There's a Price and there's a Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
So he's got figurative lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Calvin's in a rough spot here. He needs to counter the Price of Progress. So Calvin countering the Chain Lightning.
Yeah, it's really coming back to bite him here, but...
He hasn't found a removal spell for the Delver yet, though.
Ooh, and second fetch. So it's going to be another damage available. Here comes a him. And
him to Tupac.
You definitely have to...
Price of Progress.
Price right now.
Yeah, Price of Progress. Just cast Price of... All you gotta do is cast Price of Progress.
So Price would deal 6 damage.
Progress. What's the price? What's the price? What's the Price of Progress? It's because it's like, to me, this sounds weird, but like Grixis controls, like, I don't know. It's just like it isn't rocket science. It's like you cast your him to Tupacs, you cast your Baleful Strixes, you K command, you snap them back, you play your Jace, you think about brainstorming or plus 2ing when you should brainstorm almost 90% of the time, and then like it's not like figuratively like a masterful deck. Well, it is a control deck because like we think control of this like kind of counterspell deck, draw Goins. It controls the field by being proactive and hemming and Baleful Strixing and going through its deck and presenting.
Sure.
Yeah, like it is like you can call it Grixis mid range, or you can call it Grixis. I know what's his name likes the term. Nate likes the term Grixis soup, but like yeah, it's just 2-for-1s. It's like to me, it's like a classic old Yu-Gi-Oh deck. You got your Pot of Greeds, you got your Delinquent Duos, like you got your Grace of Charities. Like you're just like valuing your opponent out of the game. Like,
all right, so here comes Brainstorm to try and find Force of Will. It looks like he did.
Yeah, Grixis value problem. Like it is just Grixis value cards. Like I think it's a perfect like conceptualization of it.
Wow, I think Calvin just brainstormed into the Force for this price.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? See this.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't.
That's a lightning bolt.
Maybe he doesn't have the cards.
Jammy jams.
Huh. Just jammy.
He's gonna
jams.
fetch. I mean, he's gonna fetch.
You have to fetch.
He's gonna
like,
go get a volcanic island to bolt. I mean, he's just dead.
Yeah, he can't fetch for a bolt.
Yeah.
He has to fetch for a swamp.
Fetch for a swamp. Go to 7.
Now he's dead to the bolt if it doesn't get taken by him.
But then he can bolt next turn.
Oh, he just took it? Just
Why?
took it.
Why, Calvin?
So he's just dead on board. He's got the bolt. So when Calvin goes to like fetch, oh, he's got Fire Blast as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's a game. That is a game. Let's see how our other match is doing.
Him to Tupac. Bryce is casting him to Tupac. Dude, look at Bryce, dude. Look at the deck Bryce is playing. H.E. Fox, you like that? Just watching that? Does that like get you excited? Bryce, what is that? Is Bryce playing? Has he got like some cool cards that you guys like to talk about? Does he got Rectors? I think that is that what I think it is? That's got to be like it's like Sinkhole or something. There's no way it has him to Tupac.
So this has to be game 2 for them.
Yeah.
And I would assume that
Sculling Tyrant Sneak Attack.
I'd assume that Todd won the first game, but
It's not assuming
it's
that.
hard to say. I was just thinking quicker games should probably be in Todd's favor.
Not necessarily. Gurmag and
That's true.
no. Nobody's playing Shardless. I hate the card Shardless Agent. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think the only deck that should be playing that card right now is Allurin, and I think there's just better combo decks than Allurin.
Yeah.
So.
Why is he always brainstorm? I was like, what is happening? I was like, why is he revealing brainstorm? Bryce, you gonna Flusterstorm this? What is Bryce thinking about?
Kind of tempting
Red
to
Blast it?
kind of tempting to counter it because he did use the pedal.
Just because he's losing resource. He's already lost a resource. Just let it resolve.
Well, and Todd only has a Force of Will and an Emrakul.
You're 2 for 1ing him, but you're like X for 1ing him. Just like 0 for 1ing him. You let it resolve too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah. Okay. Force pitch force.
He's not gonna be able to follow up.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Turok.
Todd's really low on resources.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, him and Turok against combo decks was so good. Hitting the sneak attack was good. He gets a little reset here, which will
Being a
give
fetch land there is
It
huge.
gets him a lifeline. It's going to get him his island and give him a lifeline. So that will be good. Or he gets a Volk because it's, there's no reason not to.
That makes a lot more live draws.
So it means he's got an Emrakul in his hand, I figure?
Yeah. Probably an Emrakul, and you're hoping just to
Draw
either get a
an
sneak
eight
attack
piece.
or
Yeah.
sneak show and tell.
So here comes Baleful Strikes. Nope. No. Well, whatever. You know what? If it's relevant, I'll go out and yell at him. Not giving him a GRB.
Graveyard Order.
Gurmag. There's Gurmag.
All right, that's a clock.
I don't yell at people for that. I berate them when they make weird plays. But somebody's got to. What is that card?
Bosium Strip.
If he plays that card, then I honestly, you know what? We're going to allow him to cheat. Do you have to pay for the mana cost of the card?
It says you may cast that card.
The card seems terrible. Pay 3. Alright. You know they printed a card called Snapcaster Mage, right?
Fact.
Like, why would you ever run that over Snapcaster Mage? Oh, because it's colorless.
Okay.
Like a hermit, I got my hood on. Just relaxing.
Todd with a brainstorm.
So Bryce has got what, 2 cards in hand? 3?
Looks that way. 3. Bryce doesn't need a whole lot here. This is a really quick clock.
So what is Bryce thinking about here? Not Flusterstorm, not Spell Pierce, so it's got to be another Red Blast.
Yeah.
Gosh, these situations get interesting because I feel like you got to commit to it because you've already shown you have Red Blast.
Sure. Yeah. Another Pyroblast. It's probably the right call. You're just trying to tempo out at this point. Bryce really would love to see a Jace on his next turn, I guess.
Yeah. Or just a Snapcaster.
Or a Snapcaster. Or depending on his hand, maybe just a counterspell of some kind.
Or just a Edict. Excuse me. Because if he has Emrakul in hand, then he needs Omniscience too. So Edict just is fine.
Sure. Kolaghan's Command, another great draw.
I think like Snapcaster. Well,
you can get him on.
Visage's not a bad draw.
Seiju enters tapped. Yep. Not that matters.
It should be too late though.
Yeah, this should be it.
Because if he's got Jason,
it's gonna turn off.
Oh, Bryce has Force of Will, so this is no, because he can't Force of Will because Beseiju. No shit, huh?
Last turn. Okay.
Don't Force of Will at Bryce. He Beseiju. Bryce, he Beseiju did. What was that? What is that?
That's Kolaghan's Command for lethal, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a game. So these guys are just getting started. Josh with a Delver, and that's going to get Pyroblasted or Red Elemental Blasted. I never tell on these new arts which one's which. They all look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, K came out for this card. It's good too. I think that's probably what he did. The modes he probably did because he was at 3 or whatever. Either way, dead. Okay, here we go.
All right,
Him to Tupac. Red Blast is a Delver, and he's him to Tupac. Yeah, it is Red Elemental Blast.
Yeah.
Red Elemental Blast.
Yeah, because they did that in
M25. Yeah.
That in Hydro Blast, right?
No.
Or
so Red
blue,
Elemental Blast and Blue Elemental Blast
yeah.
are in M25,
okay.
and then the Hydro Pyroblasts are in Modern or Eternal Masters.
Gotcha. I always get those confused. All right, so Josh really down on cards here. He's got Vapor Snag True Name in hand?
Baleful Strix.
Less than ideal for Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the killing a Delver and then him to two-pocking, I mean, it's...
Well, and like, you never want to really Vapor
Man,
Snag.
this feels bad.
Like, yeah,
this feels like real
so
bad. This feels bad.
And Fatal pushing the... Man. Alright, so Josh needs to draw a couple lands here and hope that Calvin hasn't rebuilt to a point.
Yeah, I think it's too late. I think letting your opponent cast Baleful Strix twice at the cost of 1 life is not really worth it.
Yeah, it's really hyper-aggressive. It almost would have been better to save it, like, to save your creature from a Fatal push, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
Storm Chaser Mage, the draw for Josh.
2 True Names. Probably.
Snap him, yeah. And you know there's not lands in hand, so you're hitting spells.
Here we go. Yeah. What?
Calvin tapping 3 for Grimag.
Yeah, okay. Good play.
Leaving open black, red.
What is Calvin showing by leaving up black, red?
Red Blast, another Fatal push. It's kind of odd not to leave open at least 1 blue source.
I think he left open a blue source. Yeah.
So here comes Storm Chaser. It's going to be a little late, but it's also going to get Fatal pushed.
Yeah, I think now the game is officially over.
So Josh needs to draw another land immediately and play True Name.
I play with my exile below my graveyard. I also put my lands up in front again because I don't care.
What was that weird setup you had the other day where it was like lands to the side?
I always do that. I've always done that. I always have it's because it's aesthetically pleasing to me. I have my lands to the side, I have my creatures there, and I have my action spells in the middle.
Why don't you just like play your lands diagonal and like?
No, there's a reason behind the madness.
On one side and your artifacts on the other.
I have like spells that I cast go in the middle, and then they resolve, and then I move them, and like it's like I have my lands aside. I don't know. I like it. If I learn how to cast back the basics better, I'd probably be better. But I decided to go back to putting my lands in front because at the GP they didn't care. I
think they don't care unless you're on camera, right?
Yeah. So so the only times I'll ever play it is in Wizard events where I have to play with in front.
I understand it's nice to have things streamlined, but does it really matter that much? Like,
Yeah. I don't think it matters that much. Calvin, actually, the way Calvin plays with this presentation is like pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Look how straight and everything and stuff is.
Yeah.
This game is so far gone that we're just talking about the presentation of cards.
Kind of surprised. Yeah, okay, that's gonna do it. Calvin takes that game.
Let's go back to our. Are they even playing? Oh, they are playing.
Yeah.
Intuition. Okay, this is good.
On to game 3.
We're seeing an intuition resolve on turn. This is a turn 2 intuition. Cast as an instant, maybe.
Could be.
Or as a sorcery, maybe. It's kind of weird. Cast as an instant. Obviously, it's an instant. But why is he casting as a sorcery?
He might be worried about like double counter or something and have like a Flusterstorm, so he's able to beat one this way.
Maybe he's upkeeping this. Maybe he's next leveling Bryce and he's upkeeping this. Heck, if this guy upkeeped it, I'd buy everybody as Honda Civic. That would be pretty impressive if he did.
Upkeep, that'd be interesting.
That way, if Bryce does have a brainstorm and wants to try to cancel, he has to tap out.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good play. It helped to play around Hymn to Torog. Well, not really, because you can still cast Hymn to Torog. I guess you can Flusterstorm it back with the lowest pedal, but it allows you to play around, Carly, So Bryce is going to Fluster.
So that resolves. Pass his turn. Okay. So it wasn't the upkeep.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's not that far off. I don't actually even consider Blue-Red Delver a Delver deck right now. Whenever I list off my Delver tier list, I always inherently forget Blue-Red Delver. And because I do that, I'm going to agree with you. But,
Cunning Wish. Okay.
Yeah, I do believe that. I mean, sometimes you just stifle win games. I mean, that's correct. You're absolutely right. It's the reason why Canadian Threshold is still making good appearances, is because sometimes you just stifle win the game.
Sure. Wonder what you looks like another Intuition is the Cunning Wish target.
Yeah. So he's just making a beeline for show and tell. That's what that means to me.
Yeah.
Ponder. So he's cracking his lowest pedal.
Yeah. Intuition.
In response to the Ponder.
Force him to have a force.
It's not bad. I actually like that play. You know what's really nasty? Is if he gets 3 show and tells and Bryce has a surgical.
And as a surgical, yeah. Yeah, it would be rough. Gives him the good art.
I certainly board in surgicals against this deck, so...
Oh yeah, like surgical could be a pretty big blowout.
Especially with Omniscience. I mean, if you're able to...
I think Bryce should do it
now.
Before Todd can untap.
Absolutely. If he's got it. I don't know if he does.
But he's got Ponder to look for it, too.
Yeah, right when he did that, now I'm looking for surgical.
Second land, okay.
Fetching. It's a trigger, so we can flow response to the trigger.
Sure.
No, it can't. It can only get cards from the sideboard.
Yeah, it hasn't worked that way for a long time. When the Wishes first came out, it worked that way. But
when the Wishes first came out, could you just go get any card? Could you just go to the trade binder and just be like this one?
In casual play, yeah. But in competitive play, you could get anything from exile, as long as it met the requirements, as well as from your sideboard, which is
really that pertinent.
Yeah.
Yeah, force.
Yeah, force.
Just the way Todd's navigating this makes me think he's got something.
Or he's got to have something here.
Flusterstorm's the best answer here because it plays around
Fluster would be
Blast.
great. Yeah, definitely plays around Blast. Bryce already used one Flusterstorm, so...
It's reasonable to say Bryce is out of Flusterstorms at this point.
Yeah.
I kind of always have people in one Flusterstorm when it comes to Grixis or... There's Miracles, I'd probably respect the second one, but I think I'd still do it. You know, an opening in a deck that runs 4 Force of Wills, it's I guess the way to have to.
Ooh, okay. So
Cunning Wish for
probably a force, unless they have a Mind Break Trap or something like that. Has there been enough spells? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Has to be for a force.
Or Flusterstorm.
He doesn't have mana.
It's obviously kind of washing for a reason.
Surgical.
Yeah, why would Surgical? Why would you Surgical?
It doesn't look like he has a counter. He's got
Yeah,
Fluster, but he doesn't have the mana.
Why would he do that then?
It's weird timing.
Yeah, he's looking at the Fluster, but he can't cast it. Mind Break Trapper. Well, I know his sideboard. He doesn't have anything.
Yeah, there's nothing there that this, like, I don't know. This just doesn't make sense. He's got a Trick Bind in the sideboard. That's a card. So he's getting Surgical. He's going to, I guess, Surgical?
I just don't get it.
That's really weird timing. And what are you surgicaling? Force of Will? Him. Needle and...
Most game just ended.
That's a hand.
Ensnaring Bridge.
Wow. Alright, well, while they're doing that, let's switch back over.
Yeah, it's Surgical. Just I don't know.
Alright, so game's gone on for a couple turns now. 2 Swift Sphere in play. Looks like one got dealt with already. This looks to be a much stronger start from Josh. Calvin already down to 11.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, HC Fox, I think that's one of those things where I think the battleship sunk. So I think there's nothing we could do to save the battleship. At that point, we just gotta let it sink and move on.
Yeah.
So we're moving on. Gosh, I'm rooting for. Well, we're rooting for Josh. What about poor Calvin?
Bato said likes the underdogs.
I guess. Yeah, Calvin's in trouble.
Yeah, missing on a land drop there.
That may just be over. Calvin's got to have a Hydro Blast at this point, or he's dead.
Yeah. He's got Strix in hand.
Gosh, he's got Daze. If Calvin doesn't have a land, he's just gonna walk the Strix into a Daze. Why do you guys like Calvin? What? Oh.
Calvin's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, let's be real. No offense, but, like, I think, like, I don't know. I think if you there's a difference between playing a deck that...
Both these decks take about the same skill to pilot.
I don't know.
Hardcast days.
This is like over. So we're marching towards a Blue-Red Delver versus Grixis Control finals.
Yep.
As we watch Blue-Red Delver beat Grixis Control.
Yep. That's what we're looking at.
Calvin must have just kept a light hand with Ponder in it.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin's got a lot of really good cards in his hand. It's kind of hard to throw back hands that have cantrips and a bunch of good spells in them.
Yeah. Really, I feel like Grixis Delver is like way favored against like Blue-Red Delver.
Blood Moon. So that'll cut Calvin off of black mana. I think that means Calvin's pretty close to dead. He did draw Lightning Bolt, so that's a good one.
I don't think it does anything.
Still looking like he needs another... Well, if he has another land, he can Snapcaster
I'm
Lightning
a little
Bolt.
confused. That doesn't look like an Underground Sea, or it doesn't look like a... Oh, you talking about the Volcanic Island? Yeah, I guess. I'm a big fan of Underground Sea and Tundra myself. Those are the two prettiest islands. don't know. I think Delver probably like days and like I don't know, go under him still. Blue Red Delver doesn't have a good matchup against Stoneblade.
Yeah, like any deck that has cards like Stoneforge Mystic in it, I think is going to be a hard matchup for Blue Red Delver.
Even if like Stoneforge Mystic eats the bolt, whatever, Brainstorm just becomes better. There we go. Usually I get Jitte actually first because Stoneforge inevitably eats a bolt for sure.
Yeah.
And like you follow up with like a true name.
Sure.
And like it's like Jitte and true name wins the game.
Yeah, GTA and True Name's pretty hard to beat through. Down to 2. Draws a mountain. So Calvin does have Snapcaster Bolt.
Oh, I fell asleep. This game's way over. There's nothing Calvin could do. Calvin's on the bus out. He needs a bus to run through and kill Josh. Because even if he survives this turn, he's not surviving the turn after that.
Yeah,
like if Josh draws all his lands out of his deck, there's a chance.
Sure.
If he draws multiple Blood Moons and all lands out of his deck, there's a chance. Oh, okay.
That's going to be it. Whoa, okay.
How's this game still going on?
This changed, a
surgical.
little bit. So bye-bye show and tells.
Yeah, HC Fox happy. Blue Red Delver won. This game is pretty much over for Figurative States. He's at 8, all the show and tells are gone. So he'll need a sneak attack and a B piece.
Oh, and there's a needle and
the Snaring Bridge. It's the Snaring Bridge.
Oh, that's Bridge. Alright. There's a Bridge and Edict.
So that means it doesn't matter.
Thulak, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, he's got Hydroblast.
Yeah.
Mama, we didn't make it. This is what... Okay, command. They were super dead. I was Snaring Bridge. Don't even... Sure.
Sure, fine.
Pure Dane?
Could Todd force it to a point where Bryce is too low on cards to attack? No. I don't think so, but...
Brainstorm.
Yeah. The quite literal art Brainstorm.
Ponder, fetch, besiege you.
I think you have to keep and then shuffle.
Oh.
Yeah.
The worst part is you have to like shuffle no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if you find a 6 attack.
Looks like it's just all lands.
Well, Todd better lap a sneak attack right here, because that's the only chance he's got. Just waiting for it. I wouldn't even call him out on it. Just be like, yeah, lapped it. Sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Okay. Todd's gonna draw a sneak attack and then Emrakul and still lose.
Yep. It's kind of looking that way.
Yeah, there's actually no way he can win because the Ensnaring Bridge. With Show and Tell removed from the deck.
There's also that Hydroblast. So.
Yeah. He would have to somehow cast Omniscience, hard cast it, and then do some Omniscience tricks with like Cunning Wish and Intuition.
Sure.
But Show and Tell's removed from the deck, so Omniscience isn't coming out in time. So he's just gonna die. So there really is no strat here.
Snapcaster beatdowns.
Yeah.
Ponder. Another sneak attack. Impulse.
I guess we could go for Island of Whack Whack.
Island of Whack Whack.
No. He drew Impulse.
Yeah, he got that off the Ponder. But there's just nothing to it here. Like,
This is like a bathroom break moment.
yeah,
Am I? I need. Do you, does the store have cough drops?
they might.
I think I said they have cough drops.
All right. All right. Looks like Bryce finally takes that game, and they'll do it for our third round. So, fourth round will be coming up soon. We'll have Grixis Control versus Blue Red Delver as our finals match, and then we'll have one other match that we don't know about yet. Hey. So a little bit of time left. What is going on there? There we go. A little bit of time left. While we get things going. Please win Blue Red Delver. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Could be an interesting one. I think Blue Red Delver is definitely not favored in the matchup, but as we saw before, it can definitely get there. 1 second, guys.
Hey, does the stream want me to hear Brain Calvin? Hi, Calvin. Did you do anything wrong? Okay. Yeah, you were light. I feel like you didn't do enough to establish.
Terry wants to know if the stream wants to hear him berate Calvin.
What was it? Was your play? I mean, what you got first? Was he like? Oh, was it for him?
He's on like 2 basics, 3 basics, I think, right? I don't know.
I thought I miscounted.
Bryce might be on 2 basics. I don't know.
Calvin, do you want to say anything to the people at home? Okay.
Yeah.
They love your haircut.
Do they?
Yeah, HC Fox, Captain QC, they all said you look like a stud.
Oh man.
They said they love your deck. Keep playing Grixis Control. You're doing great. They love you. Big fans of you, and they'll see you soon.
I'm watching the replay.
Okay.
See what the truth is.
Oh man, I got cough drops. Heck yeah. Yeah, he thought he had another extra mana. That's what he did that for.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, fair enough. Pitchforks.
You know when I lost on stream Tuesday, I was most upset. I was pretty upset because I knew I knew that the peanut gallery probably was like happy, especially because I lost to one of my least favorite decks that I hate playing against.
What'd you lose to?
Eldrazi Post.
Ah.
I like
get you.
I'm like pretty upset with myself because like I made like a bad play. Well, we're not gonna do like Terry's like therapy session. I think like I'm happy with how I played game 2, but like there was an instance where I had Wasteland, Basic Island. I cast back to basics, and I had 2 true names in hand, and I had resolved Jitte, and like he had a Matter Reshaper and a Walking Ballista on 1, and he was tapped out, and I played the back to basics because he was tapped out.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I felt like I had 5 turns to draw a land, any land,
Sure.
to play True Name, and then equip Jitte the next turn and just win the game. And I never drew a land, and I died. And like so, like I'm like at peace with that. But like if I would have played True Name and he would have thought not seared me and taken my back to basics, then it wouldn't have mattered. But maybe I could have grinded out the True Name Jitte game anyways. But then he just keeps untapping and just like loading up his Walking Ballista. So I'm not too sure either. And then like game 3, I had a play where I just like had a really delvery hand and I went hard in the paint and I pondered. I didn't ponder. I think I think I did ponder with the expectation of shuffling with my fetch because I had Batterskull and Stoneforge. So I had Batterskull and I had back to basics in my hand. Yeah. And so my plan was to just fight the Thought-Knot Seer with Batterskull and lose the back to basics and eventually win the game. Well, the problem was he ended up just drawing Cloud Post and playing, you know, bad Eldrazi person, bad Eldrazi person, bad Eldrazi person. And then I got him to 3 and then Glimmer Post, gain 1,000,000 life, cast Soul Mog, right? Yeah.
And I drew 4 Stone Forges, so I had like 4 1/2 squires after I had Raw Dog, the Jite, and got the Battle Skull.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
like it was
always
one of
fun.
those things where like I think if I keep the back to basics on top of my deck, lose my Battle Skull, don't shuffle, draw the back to basics, slam the back to basics. I have 2 Stone Forges at that point in my hand, or I have 1 Stone Forge in my hand and a Jite. I haven't dead draw the 2 other Stone Forges yet. Maybe I can just go on that plan because I had a Delver that was already flipped.
Sure.
And maybe I can commit to that. So that probably could have been another play. I don't know. I just hate losing to that deck. But like,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they have those hands that are just they line up really well.
yeah, I'm sure HC Fox was like, all his Dreadstill buddies were probably laughing at the at the herbal tea pub they go to. I can't think he was in Boise. Do you go to Boise? Where do you are you like serving your residence? Oh, you're in med school. What med school are you going to in Idaho? What is his link? Yeah, whatever. I don't know. The deck's fine. Okay, cool. Oh, so just like Idaho Call. Okay, that's neat. ICOM. It's not as cool as XCOM. I used to love those games.
Me too, man.
Good games.
Good games.
I like Blue. I like Blade. Like I'm gonna probably be on some version of Patriot Blade or Patriot Blade Delver for a while, just because I like the blue white shell and I like the Pyroblast.
Yeah, it's solid.
So I was gonna play tonight, but I was playing 1 Jace in my main board, so it's like kind of weird because you're playing Days and Wasteland, but
yeah.
I just don't like the Miracles play style. It's fine. Like I don't know. Grixis Control I kind of struggled with. I like the deck's good, but like I don't know why. But so Bryce versus Josh. Oh, they're gonna start.
Right, cool. Pairings. Oh, okay. They're just gonna start early. Sweet. Well, we'll get one going, and then we'll have another one going on later. So we've got Josh versus Bryce.
Things we learned today. 1, everybody unanimously hates Grixis Control. 2, I need to shave my mustache. And 3, Blue Red Delver keeps winning when we think it's going to lose.
I think Blue Red Delver deserves to win after their round 2 win.
No. And we've seen this match before. I mean, Calvin's thing to me was he should have shuffled with a ponder. I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Which makes sense. You got to establish your mana base.
All right. So let's see. Let's get a timer up. Timer's going to be a little funky this round, but that's okay.
Okay. That was it. Because it's unfortunate we just watch this, but I'm just gonna run it back.
Yeah, I mean, the decks are a little bit different, right? Like, I don't know what exactly Bryce is playing. There's some room for variation in,
I don't know.
in Grixis
I think
Control,
they may
right?
be running like almost the exact same 75. I would bet a stone cold $20 bill they're both running Reed Dukesless.
All right, so looks like Josh won the die roll, and that's a good place to be if you're Josh.
Well, that's cool. That's a neat little story.
Well, that's awesome.
What deck do you play that runs Terminwipe still on it? The only thing my ex-wife ever did for my Magic career was come to round 2 to try to pick me up early. The wife buys TurboGrafx dice. The wife was way nicer.
Bryce plays way more non-basics than Reed.
How do you know that? You have like an inside scoop? Yeah, but still though.
He's definitely responsible for the most well-known version in terms of like
BBD. Yeah, BBD's list is I think was like the precedent set.
Yeah.
Actually, the first guy to do really well with the deck was a Legacy Challenge _ Matty, a guy named Matt Wayne in California who I know, and I talked to him about the deck a lot. And it's like when that was like the first time it like did really well in a tournament. And the funny part was like it just was just like 4 Belfast Strix, 4 Step casters,
Yeah.
3 3 of this, and like wasn't a genius deck.
Bryce hates Loam, and the only way to hate that card even more is to play harder into Recursive Wastelands. Okay, so Josh has a true
What?
name in hand.
No, don't play the non-fetch before you brainstorm. All right, if any youngins watching this, whenever you cast brainstorm, you brainstorm off the Volk, and I guess
Yeah.
if he is a monastery mentor, but then you play the mentor first.
Sure, yeah.
Right. So in this case,
Or a
well,
Swift Spear in this case,
Okay.
yeah. All right, looks like we're getting our backup matches now too. So
Oh, Corey versus Kyer.
Corey versus Kyer.
So he did have the mentor. So he brainstormed and found the mentor.
Swift Spear.
Swift Spear. I guess. I don't know. I don't love it. Fetch before brainstorm only when you have Thunderous Wrath in hand. Sure.
Yeah, I don't think Josh is playing any Thunderous Wrath, but
He's not new to Legacy. I think he just does that. That's just his thing, right? He taps fetches. He's not wrong, right?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing cards in the correct order.
Yeah.
So here comes Baleful Strix, and that card does a lot in this matchup. It's definitely what you want to see.
Yeah. I'm not sure why Bryce plays the Baleful Strix. I thought Bryce said the card wasn't that good.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's had a change of heart.
Maybe he...
Maybe he's seen the light and joined whatever church it was.
I don't know. I'm not a part of that weirdo church. It's like some weird like offsec. They're like the Jonestown people or whatever.
So here comes Chain Lightning.
On the Strix, which is a -1 for all you kids counting at home. -1. Baleful Strix drew a card and then it discarded Chain Lightning from his hand.
Here comes
And made him
Delver.
tap a red mana.
He did get a prowess trigger off of it, so it's not.
Yeah, here's Baleful Strix number 2.
Ugh. I was gonna say it's not that horrible.
So
but
he's
it's still
missing
pretty
land drops,
horrible.
so that's pretty important.
Pretty horrible.
Because like if there's a, this is
Yeah.
kind of the window. This is the windows
Hmm.
here and now.
Josh was pretty quick to draw that card. Didn't even really look to see if.
Hello from South Draper, south of Draper, or middle of Draper.
Hey Brian, how's Taiwan treating you? All right, here comes Brainstorm.
Yeah, Daze is really good right now with Bryce missing land
Probably
drops.
put Ponder on top to set up Delver flip.
Could. You could. Yeah, uh-huh.
He knew what it was. Yeah, it's possible he knew what it was.
Oh, wow, okay.
Another Delver, okay.
Double flip.
All right.
I like it when my Delvers flip. I just put dice on them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's appropriate.
Not a big insectile aberration fan.
I don't want to take it out of the sleeve. Like, hard.
All right, so Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. So looking for land and another bit. So he finds the land. He finds the fetch land.
Yeah.
And there's a K command in there too, which is too slow. Again, it's going to get dazed. So the fetch, he needs like a fetch land and another Strix.
Yeah, these Delvers are going to flip, and that's a 2-turn clock.
Doing 5 damage, putting Bryce to 5 is going to be pretty bad, especially with Josh having the Delver in hand.
Sure.
He's got a, what's that guy? Red guy, you see him in Modern, he's a demon. He's got prowess, draw 3 cards.
Bedlam
Yeah.
Reveler.
He's got a Bedlam Reveler in his hand too, or on top of the deck. So maybe that's the second card below the next card. So that could be a trump card too. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a good card if the game goes that long.
And it may. I mean, I could see this game stalling out at like 2 or 3 life. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to 10. Maybe it just sucks now.
At this exact second in time, yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if the game like sold out at 2, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be good because of him. It's gonna be good because he draws 3 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inevitability though. I mean, like running a 1-of with this deck probably is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine to have in the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, you're able to get rid of it out of your hand a lot of the time that you don't need it too. Bring back flanking.
So what's Bryce thinking about here?
He might have a hymn or something. He might be thinking about that. So here comes the flip. No? No. He brainstormed last turn. I'm very confused. So
I'm just gonna take a break here. What?
Hey, he drew the ponder. It was on top of his deck. He just...
I just imagine poor HC Fox is just crying at home. He's probably just sitting on his porch with his herbal tea and his dog and his name Whiskey. And then he just probably just...
There's double Fatal Push. Okay. That one's going to get dazed, but... Is Bryce going to force back? He is going to force back. Yikes.
Well,
looks like the flip didn't matter, but...
Bedlam Reveler's going to save us.
Reveler?
Yeah, it's a fetch. It's a fetch. You better... This is what we're going to do.
That's a really strong
We're going to take the fetch.
Yeah.
We're going to play the fetch. We're going to keep the Reveler on top. And you know what we're going to do next? We're just going to pass. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Please. Please, 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 please. Please. I got my hoodie on. I got a weird mustache. Please listen to me. Please, please. Please.
It's one thing we've learned: people with weird mustaches should be listened to.
You should. Please.
It's definitely a good 3. Plays Island.
You can't. You know what? Bolt. Yeah, we got Bolt. We got Escrow. What does he got in his hand? It's gonna get him to Torok. It better not be Bedlam Reveler. Wait a minute. Is it the fetch? Because we were supposed to play it? No, not like this. I don't want to go out like this. Not like this. Take me away. This is not.
It should be the fetch, right? Regardless.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We'll see what happens.
Why don't we just play the fetch? Leave the island. It didn't matter. It didn't matter as much. I would have played the fetch though, because it protects the fetch.
Yeah.
We could play the island before we play Bedlam Revolver next turn. You know what I mean?
Sure. Looks like
Carmagan.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, he's got Gurmag.
I'm dying.
He's gonna cast Gurmag.
Cool.
Okay, so Reveler, and then he has to draw into more burn spells, right? Like,
I'm drawing 3. Whatever.
yeah.
That's good.
Best would be like Price of Progress, Fire
Best would be
Blast.
Price of Progress, Fire Blast, and Brainstorm, so we can hide those 2 cards with the Brainstorm,
Yeah,
and then do it next turn.
yeah.
Play the fetch. What?
Right, just pass.
What?
Wow.
So
Huh.
Huh.
Pretty confused this game.
Because with the 3rd land, we could still pay 3 mana. There's the fetch.
There's the fetch. You just put both on top, and he's got 1 unknown in hand.
I think we're just dead, and we're just dead, and this is just we're in this like purgatory right now. It makes sense.
All right. Well, there's a true name. Okay.
That's good.
So that's
that's good.
Be the
Let's be
card. we
real, that's a
didn't
good
know
play.
about. Okay. So his last card in hand should be Bedlam Reveler, right?
Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm on something. Maybe it's not Bedlam Reveler. If we come to the conclusion, maybe I'm just completely wrong.
It could be. Oh no.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the mustache.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's me lounging this whole stream. I do an inspection today of a farm property. I've never done an inspection of a farm property, so it took me a long time. And I really didn't even have to be there. I breathed in like all the dust. All the dust. Not just some dust. It was magnet dust too.
It's definitely Bedlam.
Yeah, I feel so. No, I just told you, like, I breathed in too much dust today.
Yeah.
I had to, like I said, I had to do an appraisal on a farm property. And
Cough drop plus dust mixture.
well, it's weird because, like, it's like I'm not, like, sick, but, like, I feel like I have that weird sore throat and that, like, tension just because of breathing all the freaking dirt.
Sure, yeah.
What?
Bryce has him. Snapcaster Bolt.
We're going to lose this Bedlam Reveler to him to Tupac, aren't we?
Yeah, could. Bryce has to choose to go for it, though. So, kind of an interesting spot. Currently, Bryce can't attack through the true
Yes,
name.
he can. He attacks with both, and then it forces Josh to have to block the Gurmag. Because if he blocks the Snapcaster, he goes to 5, and now he can't attack with True Name. So he attacks both.
Yeah.
Then he dies to
But-
Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah.
We're not playing around Bedlam Reveler at this point, though. There's no reasonable expectation to play around Bedlam Reveler.
That sucks, Captain QC.
Yeah, it does suck. I think sucks in lane.
Alright, here comes him, so
Game just ends.
it was Bedlam. So Josh needs a creature to be able to attack.
No, he just needs a bolt.
A bolt to do it. Well, got something. Another true name. That'll do. That's probably the best draw.
I wanted to win with Bedlam Reveler.
So, unless Bryce has
Bryce has some sort of burn plan.
Bolt Snap Bolt.
Bolt Snap Bolt still doesn't get there. That does, because
Yeah,
then he
Bolt
blocks
Snap
Grimmer.
Bolt gets there.
Okay, so he's got to have Bolt and Sapcaster. Cooligan's Command doesn't do it.
No, it has to be Bolt Snap Bolt.
It could be. Could it be for the folks at home? Could it be for Bolt Snap Bolt? Okay, Edict. Okay, you're gonna sack the one that attacked. Yas. You ready for something that's gonna blow your mind?
Could be double Bolt.
If Bryce doesn't use the bolt on, if Bryce doesn't use the bolt, I wonder if he can. No, because he probably just drew the Edict.
Yeah, it's game. So Josh gets there. A really close one. And while they're sideboarding, we got some stuff going on here. Looks like Kyre has this game pretty well wrapped up. He's got Dovescape, he's got the Curse, he's got Overwhelming Splendor. He's just looking for a way to close out the game, and he just was able to leap into his 4th Rector. So I'd assume that's going to do it. Green Sun Zenith for 4.
To go get...
To just Dovescape and make 5 1/1s. Okay, so Kyre took that game.
Cool.
And now we play the waiting game of both matches are sideboarding.
I don't even know. They sucked the life out of me. That last match. I don't even really know what happened. That was just kind of odd. Like, Bryce kind of getting stuck on land kind of hurt him, but he almost came back and won.
Yeah.
I thought when he casted him to Torag, I thought he won the game. Really
yeah,
cool.
Josh really had that timely draw of the true name, which is the...
Well, then the second true name, because Drew Bryce had the Edict.
Exactly.
The only thing I can think of is there any way, and I think Bryce drew it too late, but is there any way Bryce can construct a line where he edicts a turn sooner and snaps the edicts? That's the only thing I can think of.
Possibly, but then he wouldn't have been able to.
He didn't know that long.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a reasonable expectation where Bryce is probably more playing around dying to Bolt than dying to True Name and dying to Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah, I don't think you ever really play around like double True Name.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, it was one of those things where I think Bryce did a good job of playing enough Baleful Strixes to find enough lands, to find enough Fatal Pushes to stabilize, and then to negate the True Name almost entirely.
Yeah.
Him out the Bedlam Reveler just never got,
Yeah, and like that original Snap Bolt was probably relevant.
Yeah, no, it made the clock to the point where he had to block when he blocked the Gurmag.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes they just have it. Sometimes you get exquisite firecrafted.
Yeah, we'll probably see that next.
So if you're Bryce, what are you bringing in this matchup?
So he's probably bringing in Hydroblast. He's got one or two. That's coming in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For playing through team things.
Do you want your Pyroblast as well?
Yeah. Because the Mage, True Name, and Delver.
Okay.
And Cantrip. So yeah, absolutely you want the blue blast or blue and red blast. If he's got the 1+ Storm, you bring that in. Probably don't bring in an Ensnaring Bridge. I don't think it's good enough.
What are you cutting? Cut like some of the top end, like Jace and.
Maybe want to keep Jace. You probably cut a Cooligan's Command. Okay. He's running 3. I could see him going to 1 Cooligan's Command.
Okay.
Could see him cutting maybe 1 Jace. I kind of like the Jace. Maybe trimming on a Force of Will, just because.
Sure, yeah.
It's like 1 or 2. That. You still want Force of Will for Blood Moon, though.
Yeah. And on
Josh's side, you're bringing in your Exquisite Firecrafts, you're bringing in your Pyroblast, and that's probably it, right? Probably bringing in more Blood Moons.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
What?
All right, off to the races.
Ponder. I just want to see a Bedlam Reveler cast. I forgot who won that game. I almost asked you who won the last game.
Josh got there.
It's like a weird game where it felt like nobody won.
It got really close there towards the end. Looks like Josh has double Swift Spear. It's a pretty good start.
Is there any math done if like Swift Spear does more damage than Goblin Guide, or does Goblin Guide do more damage? Does somebody have like some like math formula?
I'm sure there is.
Because they used to play Goblin Guide, remember?
Yeah.
Well, this card's not getting dazed because you played Mountain, so give him 2 cards.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're Bryce. Just being able to get rid of cards like...
What is HC Fox saying? Because he's like, "We'll draw 3." Like the way he's saying it is so creepily. He like it's like whispering. You don't even have to put 2 back. What are you trying to do, dude? I'm like, you know, ancestral visions. I like how I have my feet up. This is like the.
Hey, Venomous.
That's James. You know who James is? What was his store?
Oh, yeah.
That's bra. Well, they both have shorts. Oh, standstill. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
Stand still greater than
yeah.
Bedlam.
Okay, sure. Dude, I want to get altars of HC Fox just like on standstill. Just like him.
Just
I'm
holding
waiting.
the sword, holding the line.
Yeah, standstill over Bedlam Reveler. Why don't people play Boyle and Legacy? It's like Wasteland but better. I don't think so. I don't know if you've seen the card Wasteland, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to. It's 0 mana spell basically that can't be countered. I mean, you can get stifled, but like Wasteland's just way better tempo wise because you can cast Wasteland on like 2, and that's what makes it good.
Yeah, and I think in general Boyle just doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't do enough, right? Like.
Yeah.
All right, so pretty quick clock here.
Can't stifle Boyle. It's better. I can spell pierce Boyle. How about that? If you can say you can't stifle Boyle, I get spell pierce for Boyle. How about that? Oh, I got 4 of those suckers waiting board. You know, 4 days. I don't know. I don't think Boyle, because most of the time I think the Blood Moon just does a better job of what you want to do than Boyle, right?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. Back to Basics and Blood Moon do a better job of Boyle.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the decks that would want that Boyle effect, they're usually running Choke. So.
Well, really, that's interesting. So they knew Bedlam Reveler was going to get printed? All I got to do is pay 2? All right, you win. I can see it. I like miss like a crucial thing. There's like 2 Swift Spears and a dude, and staring down at Baleful Strikes. The Baleful Strikes did nothing. It just drew a card and killed a 2-drop.
Yeah, and weren't the like, okay, so unless like if Bryce just tried to counter the mage, then that would have had 1 less prowess trigger.
Yeah.
So he blocked the wrong creature if that's the case. Or he let it resolve, and then it doesn't matter which one, but...
Yeah.
Mathan, thanks for the follow.
I don't even know what that card is. Hushwing Griffith. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the deck's a pretty inexpensive deck. It's got volcanic islands.
For sure.
We
Yeah.
got Force of Wills and Blood Moons and stuff like that. It's a deck that.
I think it's a good starting point.
So
But
this is my just because this match is kind of Blue Red Delver really I think fell victim to the once you played Blue Red Delver with Treasure Cruise, like you couldn't go back.
yeah.
Like, and I kind of think Grixis Delver it kind of hit that too for a little while, where it was like after the Thread Shaman you couldn't go back, like you just couldn't do it, right? Like it'd be like but I think the deck's still good. It's just not ridiculous. It's like Grixis Delver. Yeah, the deck's a great Delver deck. It's just not ridiculous anymore. I think people have an issue with playing those decks
Sure.
because they remember, and it's just like this doesn't feel as powerful. Well, yeah, but the whole meta isn't as powerful before.
True. Yeah.
Oh, Fire Blast? He runs both. We've seen both.
Yep. They play both.
Like, there's something to be said about this deck cutting Forceful, in my opinion, though. Because if you just, like, put more gas and, like...
Yeah, it just make them have it.
Yeah.
Like,
You have Gauge.
you could even run, like, a one of, like, Flusterstorm or something in that. But...
Hey, Grixis probably is the best color in Legacy. It's probably not, Grixis Control and Grixis Delver. Two really good decks.
Yeah, certainly right now I'd say that it is.
I give it the edge over Blue-White Stoneblade and Blue-White Miracles because Pyroblast, then you enter the phase of Blue-White Miracles versus Blue-White or America Miracles and America Stoneblade versus Grixis.
Yeah.
And then Grixis, I think, with him and Torok and Kulgan's Command gets over the edge.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not looking, dude. You're
Storm is
you're
Grixis,
basically
too.
the Infowars.com of this stream, HC Fox. I'm not gonna listen to your conspiracies. Seriously.
Yeah, Storm is Grixis too.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't really know if I count that, but like, yeah, you could. Yeah, okay.
Like, if you're just looking at
Well,
colors, like,
Well, Tess is right. Tess is
yeah.
Tess
So
is
is
Red of Flame, Passive Flame.
so is Adnos.
Well, I
Like
don't know.
Adnos splashes red.
I'll
for-
give you Tess. I'm not giving you Ad Nauseam.
Okay.
So because you play the more red rituals and
Yeah. They
you
actually
empty
play
the words more.
like Burning Wish
Yeah,
and
sure.
Red Rituals
Yeah, okay.
and stuff like that. But
Tess is still fine.
yeah,
That's true. I do like white though. I do like Stoneforge Mystic. I do like Sword Splasher. Yeah, Phyrexian scriptures are fake news. He may as well have got that from CNN. No, he does not play Goblin Game. He's like real questions. Who are
Goblin
you?
Game. Goblin Game.
Sure. I mean, if you want to put lipstick on a pig and not call it a pig, that's your deal.
I think Bryce is pretty well stabilized here.
Yeah, he has actually. Watching this, the cost of stabilization has opened him up to a 4 damage price progress and potentially a Fire Blast.
Sure. Yeah. Currently, Josh doesn't have a second red source, though.
Yeah,
And that might actually be pretty big.
it's worth noting. Yeah. So Bolt, if he draws Bolt, he bolts a Strix and pushes 2 damage and
Sure.
gets it below the 3 threshold. And then I think Bryce can still attack 1 turn. So
Well,
Bryce is the guy's a
And
grip.
we're getting really close to the point where
Bryce has still
Colgan's
got a
command.
grip, right? Like,
Yeah, he's still got crits. Like, we're getting really close to the Colgan's command being just game point. Log salvage.
you killed the Strix.
Mod salvage is going pretty deep. This is actually a point where, like, Vapor Snag could be A relevant draw?
Yeah, puts him at 2. Yeah, like Vapor Snag and like
Vapor Snag plus something.
anything, yeah. Forget. I think anything better is Mog. Like him drawing basic forest is better than drawing Mog Salvage. Because he had to play Mog Salvage in the first place.
Submerge's Forgotten Brother in Arms.
I love Submerge.
Submerge is a great
I
card.
was playing 2 Submerge in my Death Shadow list. I was going to play the GP the night that I decided not to play Death Shadow. I was going to get some people. And then there's not enough forces, so I'm glad I didn't do it.
I'm always scared of Submerge.
I wish people played more forest creatures. I wish people played Termaglyph more.
Mm.
I could submerge them. I wish people played elves more. I could submerge more Dried Arbors.
Yeah.
Agrolum too. Bye.
Alright, so second Swift Spear.
You have not lived till you've submerged a turn 1 Dried Arbor. Your Dried Arbor pass, you have submerge. And they look at you. See it, man.
It's like a double time walk almost.
Yeah. You can wait for it. It looks real weird.
Ponder. Okay. Could get something here.
In the Grixis Delver format, I went turn 1 Death Right. Off Underground Sea, guy goes turn 1 Dried Arbor, I submerge it. Draws it, replays it. I play out another fetch, lay on Last Hope, kill it. I had no permanent to play. And I had 4. One being a Planeswalker. I said bye. Yeah, you didn't say bye, that guy. You still don't want to say it. He still won't say it. It's okay. We all know that I'm secretly the people's champ.
Squad Chief. All right. I didn't catch your chat. Bye. Hangry Hawaiian.
You,
Thanks for the follow.
you, Nate, Kyer, and Bryce are like the bourgeoisie. I'm the man of the people. That's how it is. That's why they love me.
Yeah, fair
And I
enough.
love them.
Someone's got to.
Yeah, you guys are eating your cake in your high castles.
Oh man.
I'm like helping H.C. Fox push his muddy cart and donkey.
So Colgan's command in response to
He's gonna kill the 1.
prowess.
Is he gonna do 2 damage to him or?
Should probably go to a creature.
So he's got Brainstorm and Ponder Track. So the 1 Delver is already a 2/3, so he's got to kill the new one, right?
Yeah, he's got to kill the new one.
Okay. Doing it in response to Prowess Trigger. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ponder's going to resolve. That's going to be dead. He's going to want to find himself...
And a Fatal Push, okay.
Those are okay. Brace it like gas.
It's a really good draw.
So now Josh needs to just sink, bolt.
Yeah. He needs bolt out at the top 3.
Whatever. It can't be Price of Progress here.
Wait, capped.
It's got to be
Could have
winning
like
line,
Bolt
right?
Fire Blast or Bolt Bolt Price.
Says nothing resembling magic is happening
It's
here.
him.
Thanks,
It was a
Christmas. Let's talk
Ponder.
about how fetch, Brainstorm, untap is still better than what is SCM?
Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, that's true. Not wrong.
All right. Well, Bryce takes that one. Going to game 3.
Yeah. They just call him Snap. Everyone calls him Snap. No one calls him SCM. They just call him Snap.
So while those guys are getting sorted, we'll jump over here for a minute.
Can I tell them that both their families are locked in the dungeon? Whoever loses, their family dies.
You could.
Okay. Give them a little more incentive to try harder.
I think these guys must be on game 3 as well.
Don't talk about Snapcaster Range like that. That's rude, AC Fox. It's a great magic card. You should play like a 1 of a dread still. That's reasonable.
I could see it.
Yeah. So Kyra must have got game 1, Corey got game 2. Let's watch this.
We saw
This
the
is
end.
kind of weird. Got my feet up. Second cough drop just went down. Hoodie's staying off for a little bit.
Getting weird.
Mustache is still on. Probably better I didn't play it.
All right, what do you guys want to do, chat? Do we stay here or do we go back to the Delver matchup?
Let's stay here. We all like fell asleep in the Delver matchup, I feel like.
I'm feeling staying here.
You're feeling staying here?
Yeah,
Like, where do you mean staying here?
with the next fit.
Yeah, let's stay here. Yeah, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Source of Plowshare is a good start. It removes Veteran Explorer from the game. He cannot explore basic lands. Corey's got a Mox Diamond, so hopefully he can. He's got a Wasteland too. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. Strong start.
Good
You
follow up.
want to watch Agrolome die to funny Agrolome?
Bob.
Well, it looks like
That's
Corey's
Robert.
got
Robert.
really good.
He's here.
Here
Oh,
comes
no.
Abrupt Decay.
He was so young. 2 Mox Diamond draws in a row, bro. It's pretty sick. Oh, Scavenging Ooze is pretty good against Rector.
It is, yeah, for sure.
I just read that card.
Looks like Kyre has another Abrupt Decay, though.
Does he?
Yep. His hand is double Cabal Therapy, Abrupt Decay, and Dovescape.
Oh, yeah, Deed. Oh,
Deed.
God. Oh. Oh.
Deed could be pretty
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
good. Alright, so gets to see last card is Green Sun Zenith.
It's a Savannah, right? So
Yep,
you can't
Savannah
cast it.
can't flashback.
So now you,
Can't cast either. So he's just got to pass.
Why is he not eating his Bob?
Therapy got eaten instead.
He's just green sun for 2 right here.
Probably sided out Teague. You could Green Sun for 0, get Dryad Arbor.
Interesting. So he's got an Abrupt Decay, which is pretty good.
Yep.
He's got a Cabal Therapy, which is pretty good because he's going to get Green Sun Zenith. And it's also got a Dovescape, which is dead.
Yeah.
But Corey's got almost nothing.
Kyre's a really long way from going off. Like,
Pernicious Deed off the top just like wins the game, though.
yeah, but it's only like a 1-0, isn't it? Maybe a 2-0?
2 of it. Some heavy thinking going on here. What's happening? Corey's
Where
got
am I?
Yeah. Maybe Corey looks distressed. Maybe he forgot to like make a payment or something. Maybe he forgot to pay the power in his house and he just realized that. That's maybe the angst of it.
What's the other card Corey has?
Darn it. I just got a text from Rocky Mountain Power saying I didn't pay my power bill. I don't know what to do. Oh God, no. Maybe I did pay it.
5 of with
I'm
Rector,
disputing
yeah.
it. Oh, I passed. I'm gonna get Cabal Therapy.
That's a bad draw.
Man, the Void's a good draw.
Is that
What is happening?
Yeah, round 4. We're kind of in the last game here. Two cards, Aggro Loam. Make a single decision. Alright, so there comes Abrupt Decay on the use. That's a Knight. Okay.
Forest. Land of the Void's good here, right?
You can't cast it.
Oh.
He doesn't have double black.
Green says Zenith.
Zenith is the name for sure. And Deed is the other.
What?
Yes, Deed. Okay.
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 What? This is like a 2 Chainz song. Or was it when he goes like, what? Oh. Itchy Fox, you know what I'm talking about. You're probably a big 2 Chainz guy. What? That's what.
Isn't that Lil Jon?
Yeah. Was it Lil Jon? Oh. Do you know what, H.E. Fox? I'll berate him for you. Just for you.
Play that Deed Mox deck.
Collective Brutality.
Yeah. He knows about the Deed.
I don't think he cares about the deed. I don't think does he get the deed? Is it non-creature card or is it instant sorcery?
It's duress.
Okay.
Actually, it's just instant sorcery.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Not a duress.
Doing a little bit of a life essence impression here in a bit, I think.
Yeah, probably. People give Dreadnought a hard time because it's a 2-for-1.
Ooh.
All right.
Spicy draw.
It's a card.
Not really spicy. I mean, like, looking at the last open would be way better. You see, like, I mean, the deed like was able to be discarded.
Pitches Deed.
Burden Catacombs, so he can Catacombs and he can shut off the night.
No, he got rid of. He discarded his.
Why did he keep Dovescape?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
He might need to hardcast it later, I guess.
But aren't you dying to this Knight of the Reliquary?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just kind of surprised he kept the collective brutality.
I could see keeping that. Because if you Leyline in the Void and you collect your brutality the turn afterwards, you kill Knight of the Reliquary. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, but he kept the Dovescape.
So
he's still keeping this Dovescape.
is this just a drain? Yeah, it's just a drain. Wow, that makes no sense to me. He's gonna lose it to Liliana anyway. Like, yeah, weird, really weird.
Oh, does Leyline the Void not wipe the yard?
No, it does. It's not a rest in peace.
Oh, okay, so it's just terrible. Okay, never mind. It's probably fine.
It'll stop new things from doing it.
Okay, that makes sense then. What's that?
Garrick. And yeah, so Corey takes the game. All right. And
Oh, we can finish it. Oh, let's finish this up. Look, H.E. Fox, there's a Blood Moon.
back over here. So Blood Moon
Yeah, so we got
and a Swift Spear versus a Gurmag. No blue mana available to Bryce.
So Bryce has Swamp.
Yep.
Still can cast Gurmag, still can cast Fatal Push, and Bryce is going to play something here.
Yeah.
He's playing a mountain.
Another mountain.
Days.
Time to die, Jimmy Jams. Jimmy Jam still has a lot of game from this point. So
Yeah, I actually am surprised. If I was at some point, Bryce just says, "I'm like time to just go sideways with this Gurmag." Oh, he is going sideways with the Gurmag.
Yep. Let's
Wow.
race.
Okay, he's got the Fatal Push. Dazing will not do anything.
Days. Pays.
What?
Kind of confused.
Got us. He got us. He got us.
Okay.
Got us.
Got him good.
Got us.
So Gurmag on to empty board.
Bedlam Reveler.
That's what you want here, right? Like,
Bedlam Reveler.
Reveler would be the one.
Bedlam Reveler.
Last turn to draw it. Does Bryce have a bolt? I'm sure he doesn't. Josh is hellbent. He wouldn't. right.
Bevel Mode.
In for 5, have to block. Damage happens.
Does he have
Fire Blast?
a Fire Blast?
Looks like Fire Blast. That's not enough to... Okay, he's going after the Gurmag. He's going to try and kill the Gurmag.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Okay.
Hope springs eternal.
So, second Gurmag. Alright. I can't think of anything that Josh can draw to get out of this.
True Name
He
Nemesis.
needs True Name exactly, right? Like, so...
True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, no longer...
Just
Bevel
True Name.
Mode.
Yep. That's not a True Name, so Bryce takes that one. So Bryce goes undefeated.
Yeah.
Sorry, Captain QC.
Grixis Control is a good deck.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. 4 rounds in the books. Saw some good matches.
Kind of, yeah.
Saw some really weird matches.
I would say we saw a lot of weird matches.
Saw a lot of Blue-Red Delver doing things that we didn't think Blue-Red Delver could do.
Yeah, one with Exquisite Firecraft. That was pretty amazing. So, that was good.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back here on Tuesday with more live Legacy action. And if you want to see more of that and get notified, you can either subscribe or follow, and it'll let you know when we're going.
Sounds good. Next time you'll send me out. Not have a mustache.
All right.